And up! New York Giants fans, 4 more weeks to go.
Four. Started the countdown already. Started.
How many games, Bad Dog? I was thinking about this right before we went live. How many games this year have the Giants been favored? Because they're actually favored today.
I got sun shining here. We don't usually have the sun. I was like, what the hell is that? It's the sun. It's going to go behind the clouds. I don't think we've been favored at all.
I'm trying to think if there was a game where we were favored before today.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly,
maybe the Saints game, perhaps. Maybe we didn't.
Maybe we'd come off a win against the. Yeah, I think we were favored in that one. A rule of thumb, good rule of thumb is, and again, I'm not a guy that is great at doing picking. I always say if you want to make money, pick against what I say. But when the Giants are favored, it's usually a really good opportunity to make some money and bet the money line against them because they never win when they're favored. Even when we were good, we never seem to win when we were favored. So a good rule of thumb is that, again, I wouldn't, ever listen to what the hell I say, but it's a truth. That's why I love Sleeper. Like, Sleeper is not picking games because I suck at that. It's just, it's picking over under on statistics, prop bets, and daily fantasy contests. Like, those things I'm good at. Obviously, my fantasy team was great. Thank you again, Jalen Hurts, you piece of shit bum, for not allowing me to have a perfect regular season. You are an ass, and you're trash. Okay, got that out of the way. But I have a bye this week, so it don't really matter. The funny thing is, of course, I'm like, why couldn't he do it next week? I have Kirk Cousins. Like, that's, Daniel Jones got hurt. Mm-hmm. I got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins had a career night against the Bucs, 373 yards. I'm like, save some for the rest of the playoffs, buddy.
Whoever had Kyle Pitts killed it in fantasy this week.
Yeah, no. Well, we're in the playoffs, and nobody in the playoffs had Pitts.
Nobody had, so. 3 touchdowns,
166 yards.
Crazy.
And as soon as that happens, Chris, of course, on Twitter, every Eagles fan is, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to be an Eagle. It doesn't matter if he's an Eagle. Your quarterback fucking blows, and he can't get the ball to anybody anyway.
You know where I bet Kyle Pitts ends up? Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce, I think, is set to retire. They're going to want to get Mahomes some help, and I think he would be great there with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. I bet you he ends up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I definitely could see that happen. That's a guy that I wanted the Giants to draft. I remember I liked him so much, and he's had kind of an up and down career, but he's really good, and obviously it showed up. I mean, that's what he's capable of. But it is what it is. It's just. I don't know, man. He had one really before that game. Nobody was sitting there going, "We got to get Kyle Pitts on our team."
Of course not.
It's recency bias. It happens all the damn time, But who do we got? Who do we got that you? What other masochists do we have in the chat today?
Let's say hello to our regulars, man. So Christopher Ewing, Bliss fan, That Guy Syndrome, B White. Christopher, thank you for being here. I'm sure Afghanistan will be here. Perry Mac, thank you for being here. Appreciate all you guys for being here as we get hopefully through the rest of the season, Bad Dog. 4 more games.
It has been a tough year. So much to the point, Chris and I don't even really do our show anymore.
It's not worth it. There's nothing to talk about now.
The part of the issue is, Chris and I, if you guys don't know, and some of you might not know, Chris and I actually, because people were like, how come you and Chris don't do it? I said, Chris and I work together twice a week all the time. Well, 3 times if you count the game.
Yeah.
So I actually want to do this. In case you're not subscribed, I should put this in here. In case you're not, because we're going to do a post game today on this channel. Let me bring it up here. Chris and I do a show with Anthony Rivardo from Fireside Giants and Adriana from, I think she's Empire State. I forgot exactly what the title of her channel is. It's Empire. I forgot what it is. I can't. For the life of me,
I my head either. I don't
remember. It's Empire. It's Empire something. I don't remember what the hell it's called.
Well, you'll see it. If you come to the channel, you'll see it.
Correct. Yeah. So if you guys don't know about this, we do this Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's me, Chris, Adriana, and Anthony. We discuss what's going on with the Giants and take your questions from the chat and everything. But if you're not subscribed to this channel, we just hit 6,500 subscribers. And like I said, so it became a little bit more difficult, and I have to do this. Let me do this really quick. Well, I see these stupid things already popping up, so let me make this easier for my moderators. But we do talk about the Giants twice a week. So I guess it kind of became redundant when if we're doing that twice a week and then we do another show on top of it. So I don't know.
Now I want to get the chat's take on this. This is and unfortunately, Bad Dog, we go through this every year at this time of year outside of 2022. If you're a Giants fan today, Joe Shane's likely. Well, I don't know yet. I'm leaning he won't be back. Dable's already fired. You know you're gonna have a new head coach. You're likely blowing it up.
Yeah.
Are you rooting for a win or a loss today? Because the way my argument, if you're rooting for a win, to root for a loss would be you're blowing it up anyway. So there's really no carryover next year. You're gonna have a brand new head coach. And if you're trying to attract the best GM you possibly can, you want to have the first pick. Because not that we would probably stay at 1 and pick, but he would have the ability to trade down with a team like the Jets, who's looking for Mendoza, and you could get a ton of future draft capital. I get the argument both ways. The players and coaches aren't going to try to lose, but you as a fan, what are you hoping for today?
I'm what I'm hoping for is a Commanders victory. I won't say I'm hoping for a Giants. We don't need to hope for that. We fucking lose every week anyways. I don't really think you need to. The Giants just need to play Giants football, and the rest will take care of itself, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, the first pick in the draft is worth its weight in gold. We talked about this on Giants Collective where we talked about the fall off in quarterbacks. You have Mendoza. Well, I'm pretty sure he won the Heisman last night. I had it on, but it was in the background. I didn't see if he actually won it. I can't imagine anybody else winning the Heisman this year. I'm going to check real quick. I'm pretty sure he won. I don't know who else would get it. Yeah, Mendoza won the one.
Yeah, Mendoza won the Heisman last night.
So he's like the prize, and we know teams like the Raiders and the Jets. They need a quarterback. You're going to have them bid against one another, and the Jets have a shitload of draft capital now that they traded Sauce for 2 number ones.
Yeah, and Quentin Williams.
And Quentin Williams, exactly. So, listen, I won't sit here and cheer against the Giants, but if they lose, it's probably better off for them to lose. You're 2-11. This shit don't matter. You can talk about building winning culture. There ain't no winning culture here. And like you said, Chris, our GM's gone. Our coaches are gone. It's gonna be a fresh start anyway. So none of this shit's gonna translate into next year anyway. If you have a new GM getting 2 first round, at least you're gonna probably whatever the Jets are picking. I'm just using the Jets as an example. They're picking 5th. You're gonna get that pick. You're probably gonna get their 17th pick. You're probably gonna get a day 2 pick.
And maybe a future first with that.
And then a future first or second. You're going to get a lot for that. So, especially if you got the Raiders and Jets bidding against one another. Because both of them.
The only thing that I could see being translatable next year, and maybe, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but especially being that I think we're blowing this whole thing up. The only thing that I really could see being translatable to next year is a guy like Jackson Dart building some confidence, playing better down the stretch. Abdul Carter, right? Him having a strong, finish to the season, growing. So things like that I could see being translatable. But if they wins and losses at this point, I don't think it's going to carry over into next year. I really don't. No. I will not be openly rooting for a loss. I just don't have that in me. I cannot be happy if my football team loses. I'm also like, I'm kind of like, I see long term. I think it's more beneficial for the Giants to lose their last 4 games, if I'm being honest. Not that I'm rooting for it. I'm not going to be cheering if Washington wins, but
correct. I'm with you. I can't cheer against my team, but I feel like it's for the betterment of the future if they do drop this game. The big game is going to be 2 weeks from now, especially if we lose today, because we're not beating Minnesota, even though J.J. McCarthy is fucking trash. I know we had a decent game against Washington, but he's awful. But we're terrible. And Minnesota's defense is actually pretty decent. We shouldn't win. The game against the Raiders is going to be everything, man. That's going to be a big one. But, I'm not going to root against the Giants. Well, I definitely mentioned Abdul Carter. And it's been said that he's been in the facility early and he's trying to get himself back together. His work ethic's getting better. I really want to see him finish strong. That's a guy that I think we really want to see. Lawrence Taylor said pretty much to him, hey, man, you have a lot of talent. I want you to make that number 51 as famous as 56, but you got to work. Like, you got to do your work. And yeah, maybe it falls on deaf ears when you're talking about lame duck Brian Dable, who didn't get along with anybody. And you're talking about fucking Mike Kafka, and you see on Hard Knocks, none of these guys take him seriously. They're just staring at him like, what is this guy even talking about? They know it's over. But when you hear from a guy like Lawrence Taylor, who says, come on, man, I know you can play better than this pretty much. And that type of guy's like, all right, man, if LT says I should listen to Lawrence Taylor. So hopefully that helps him, because Abdul Carter has a world of talent. He just has to put the work in.
You're spot on with that. We haven't seen it yet consistently enough. We've seen it in spurts, but there's no doubt about it. I mean, we watched that game against Notre Dame last year.
Oh.
My jaw hit the floor, like how talented and how high his ceiling is. I still have no doubt Abdul Carter, provided he puts the work in, which, like we talked about on our show this past week, when you get to the NFL, you got to put the work in, right? Tom Brady's not the most talented quarterback ever lived, but he's the best one, because the guy lived, eat, breathe, and shit football. He was in the special teams meetings. So he's got to put the work in. But if he puts the work in, there's no reason to think a guy like Abdul Carter can't be a Pro Bowl level talent.
Correct. Like I mentioned, when you're Abdul Carter, you are the best player in high school. It's not close. You're the best player in college. It's not close. You're not going against 53 NFL players when you're playing against a college team. And you can pretty much rest on your talent and out-talent guys at that level. At this level, that doesn't fly. These guys are the best at what they do, and you're facing the best of the best. And if you don't work hard, it don't matter how talented you are. We talk about it all the time. Your elite players are the guys that have elite talent, and they work harder than anybody else. If I honestly feel I'll give him a pass. People can say he's a kid. You're 21 years old. You're not really a freaking kid, or 22, whatever the hell he is. You're making millions of dollars. You're a professional athlete. You're supposed to act like it. But I feel like this coaching staff really fucked these guys up this year. That's why I want a guy like Mike McCarthy, or if Tomlin got fired, Mike Tomlin, a guy that commands respect because he's won before.
How about Harbaugh? How about John?
Right, that type of thing. A guy that's won. I'm not saying that they got Hafley or Minter or Shula. Like, I'd be upset with that. I wouldn't be. But those guys don't have a track record. And sometimes you have a young core guys. I think you need a guy that's won.
I'll tell you what, Baddog, I'm rooting for the Bengals today, because I do think John Harbaugh could be fired. The Ravens are 6-7. They're underperforming this year.
Fire.
I would love it if they fire him, because Giants would be on the phone with him, right? I think that's an ideal scenario. You mentioned Mike McCarthy. I know Giants fans aren't drooling over the possibility of Mike McCarthy, but at the end of the day, I think a coach like that, and he may be the only one that fits that mold, if a guy like Tomlin doesn't become available, or a guy like Harbaugh doesn't become available. The state of this franchise right now, we need a program builder.
Yes,
we need a guy, like you said, that's done it before, that has organized the staff. I don't want another quarterback guru, okay? I don't want another Ben McAdoo. I don't want another
Pat Shurmur,
Brian Dable, Pat Shurmur. I want a guy that's done it before, that's been a head coach, that has the experience at the NFL level. It's why I'm not nearly as against Mike McCarthy as a lot of Giants fans say. I get the argument that he had Aaron Rodgers and he only won one Super Bowl, but not a lot of coaches win a Super Bowl, right? Like Shula, for example, obviously won a Super Bowl, but he didn't win shit with Dan Marino. So just because you have the quarterback, it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to win a Super Bowl. So he won a Super Bowl. Then he went to Dallas. He had 3 straight years with 12 wins, something the New York Giants in their 100-year history, have never had 3 consecutive years with 12 wins. 3 years in a row with the Dallas Cowboys, he won 12 games. I think people are way too down on Mike McCarthy. I think he's a much better candidate than a lot of people give him credit for. Not that I think he's Andy Reid, but I think he's a good NFL head coach.
As I said, bro, they can talk about his failures in the postseason. We don't get to the postseason. And in order to have postseason failure, you must get there. Mike McCarthy brings a winning program, if he's regular season wins, that's just something we need here. Like you said, a program builder. We need to bring back winning culture with the Giants. You need to win regular season games. I would kill to go 12-5 3 straight years. I would kill. And then if you win in 12, 13 games, 3 years in a row, 4 years in a row, and you don't go any farther than the first or second round, then we can be a little bit spoiled and go, all right, we need a guy to get us to the next level. But can we get a guy to get us to fucking 500? You know what I mean? Can we get a guy that wins on a consistent basis? Because we haven't won on a consistent basis in 13 years over here. So again, he's not the sexiest choice, but I definitely think that that's a guy to look at. Before I start getting to the chat, big shout out to Sleeper, of course, for sponsoring Giants. I don't know, shout out to Sleeper, just huge. I want to give a big shout out to Sleeper, the fastest growing app out there, almost 11 million users. Sleeper has daily fantasy contests, college football, college basketball, NBA, and so much more. It only takes about 30 seconds to make an entry. You can do them for as little as $1 an entry, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. They have 2 really good promotions going. If you have a Sleeper account and haven't made a deposit, click the link in the description. Enter the promo code BADDOG. It's right there. It's BADDOG. You get a 100% match deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. If you don't have a Sleeper account and you want to try it out and see what it's all about, which you should, they have an even better promotion. If you just click the link and open a brand new Sleeper account, that's all you got to do. Click the link, open a Sleeper account, they give you $20. You don't have to do anything else, but just use my link and open an account. $20, no deposit, no credit card, no debit card, no nothing. And if you like it and want to play more, you're still eligible for the 100% match deposit bonus up to $100. So check out Sleeper. E. Schmidt, thank you. Despite 2-11, I think they're like 9-4 covering.
Well, that would make sense because this year the Giants have played a lot of really good teams close, and they obviously were probably bigger underdogs than what they lost by, right? I mean, we nearly beat the Broncos, we nearly beat the Packers,
Lions,
the Lions, so we covered all those
Cowboys,
yeah. So that would make sense.
Yeah. Aaron Andrews on the screen.
Doesn't mean we're going to win though.
Lita, thank you. Says happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I always have a happy and safe New Year. I don't do anything. I'm old. I'm in bed I sit at home and I watch Twilight Zone. That's my life extent. Now I'm 50 years old. I'm married. I have a kid. My kid says to me, Dad, you're boring. I said, when you're my age, that's actually cool. I say to him all the time, though, I'm like, but your dad's a YouTuber. You don't think that he's like, you're just dad. I'm like, that's exactly the way kids think about anything. You know what I mean? Like Eli's kids, that's just dad. And everybody else is like, oh my God, Eli Manning. His kids are like, I want to be Jackson Dart for Halloween. I don't want to be my dad. My dad ain't cool. It doesn't matter what your dad does. Your dad's never cool when you're a kid. It doesn't matter. Your parents are always cringy. Speaking of parents, if your dad's here today, Chris, he'll be happy I shaved today.
Yeah.
I shaved yesterday, actually.
He'll pop in, but I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, he will be happy when he pops in.
B. Chris, thank you. I'd rather see Dart win games than rely on a pick. I just want Dart to play well and stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, B. Chris, I get it. I get the argument that the draft pick doesn't matter a whole lot because you already have the quarterback in place. So I get that argument too. And I'm not going to be upset one way or the other, to be honest with you. If they win, I'll be happy for Dart, right. and I hope the team continues to build. But at the end of the day, just trying to think about it long term, I look at these games and I say, well, what do you really have to build off of these games? You're playing Washington without Jaden Daniels, so there's no okay. You beat Marcus Mariota. You're playing the Vikings with McCarthy, who's been awful this year, one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league. You're playing
Raiders.
The Raiders, who may be the only team that's worse than we are outside of Tennessee. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think that anything is going to transfer over to next year.
Yeah, I don't either, because everything's going to be brand new.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going into next year with the same playbook and you can build off of this. You're going to have a whole new offense, you're going to have a whole new defense. So I agree. It's not like it was Brian Dable's first year here and Joe Shane's first year here. And you're like, okay, let's build on something next year with these guys because we know we're going forward with them. You're not going forward with any of these guys, most likely. So again, I don't think anything translates to the next year.
Secret and I get your point. He says, Chris, that's a dumb take. Wins and reps always helps. I definitely agree with the reps part. I would argue, Secret Truth, and everybody's entitled to their own opinions. How much did those Tommy DeVito wins help? How much did that carry over to the following year? And there's been many years where I've watched this team over the last 7 or 8 years where they've won a few games late in the season. Didn't really help the next year. The team has been god awful. So
how much did that win against Dallas in 2020 help us? Yeah. You know, when we beat them with Joe Judge, what did that carry over? Nothing. Yeah. You know, and we did that year without Saquon. We got Saquon back the next year, and we were fucking 4-13 and running back-to-back quarterback sneaks. It seems like with the Giants, nothing carries over, good or bad.
And he follows it up with winning creates a culture. If in a scenario where Dable and Shane were coming back, I would get on board with that mindset. We're gonna have a fresh new GM and head coach next year.
Yep.
So whatever culture is being built right now, the new guys are going to come in and start their own culture.
Yeah, agreed. Nuggets thing, I hate admitting it, but losing could set the Giants best for 2026. Yet I'm wired to want wins every Sunday, play to win the game. They're going to play to win the game. I mean, like I said, fans can root against the Giants or think we should have the first pick and they want us to lose out, and I understand that, but the players aren't going to do that shit. The players won't do that. They're playing for jobs, man. They're professionals. They will not lay down. Like I said, the Giants just have to play the way they normally do, and they're going to lose. It's just that's the way they play. There's no motivation for this team. Like I said, they know everything is changing next year. So that's the thing. When you get to, they're just kind of playing out the schedule. They want to get to the end of the year. There's no motivation for them at all. So we'll see what happens. Same thing in Washington. When you start playing teams like Washington and Minnesota, or not Minnesota, sorry, Las Vegas, they're in the same boat. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Except for Dan Quinn will be back next year for Washington. You know. Shiva, thank you for being a member. Let's go Rams. I don't know who the Rams got. They got the Seahawks today.
Rams are playing the
Lions.
They're playing the Lions tonight. Big game for the Lions.
It's a big game.
Yeah.
So some good ones today. The Colts and Seahawks will be interesting. Is Phillip Rivers starting today?
Phillip Rivers is starting. Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah. I took Riley Leonard just in case. Hopefully I don't need him. I only have 2 games left, and we still have. I mean, we have Kirk Cousins and.
Why not pick up Phillip Rivers? He's actually starting.
He got picked up already.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I took Riley Leonard just because I don't think Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers is going to get hit twice and go, I'm fucking done with this shit. I don't need this in my life anymore. B-Rock, thank you, brother. He says, watching from Belgrade, Serbia today. What the hell are you doing over there? Our guy B-Rock, what a legend. He says, hope you guys are well. Let's get a giant win today or not. At this point, let's get the next season.
Good to see you, B-Rock. Hope you're doing well. I always appreciate you popping in. And yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I just want the year to be over with and find out who the head coach is going to be, whether or not we're going to have a new GM and see
I want something to cheer for now. And the offseason is got nothing left. LA Sports, thank you for being a member for almost 5 years. Marcus Freeman, Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, give me one.
I like all 3 of those, Bad Dog. I love Marcus Freeman. I'm a Notre Dame fan.
But I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, as much as I love Marcus Freeman, I don't for the way that the team is right now. I think I would go with the more proven commodity. And if I have to pick one of those 3, it's close because I think Harbaugh is great too. But I would give Mike Tomlin the very slight edge. But I'm a big fan of Tomlin.
That's because Tomlin hasn't had a good quarterback in 6 years.
Yeah.
Toasty, thank you. Says we lost an indie game in 24. We don't have Dart.
Who would we have? Cam Ward instead? Is that what you're saying? Who knows? Who knows if they preferred Cam Ward? We don't know that. We assumed that going into the draft, but we didn't know that. Right. For all we know, they could have still taken Abdul Carter if they had the first pick or second pick or whatever pick they would have ended up if we lost that game and then still could have done the same thing we did to get Jackson Dart. We don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know what happens there. What I do know is I'm glad that we ended up with Jackson Dart. That much I can say. Sam says Joe Shane's a huge Notre Dame fan, so Freeman isn't out of the question. But Joe Shane's not going to be our GM. He's gone.
Let's get the chat's take on that because maybe I'm being too concrete on that I don't think Joe Shane's going to be back. How many people in the chat actually think that Joe Shane's going to be back next year as the general manager? Like, is it still up in the air for you? Do you still think it's a possibility? I'm leaning strongly that I at this point I don't think he's going to be back. I wouldn't use the term shocked, but I'd be pretty surprised, Bad Dog, if he was back next year. Pretty surprised.
I don't think I'll be back. And again, I've been an advocate of keeping Joe because I feel like he's done some good things the last couple of years. But I just think you got to start over. I don't think you're attracting the top head coach candidates if your GM is going into the year as a lame duck GM, because if you get off, there's going to be an immense amount of pressure on that head coach to get wins, because if they go off, they start 2-7 again, which is very possible with the Giants all the time. You're going to get the GM fired, and when the GM's fired, you're gone. Yeah. A new GM is coming in and taking his guys, and we've seen this. It did not work with Reese and McAdoo. It did not work with Gettleman and Judge. So just, again, I think Joe Shane would get a job somewhere else. I do. But I think that the Giants think they got to just hit the reset button on all this and they need a new GM to come in here and bring his coaching staff with him and his draft picks and whatever. Again, if they kept Joe Schoen, I'm not going to be pissed about it, but I just feel like it seems like it'd be a better situation if they fired him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're in camp, keep Joe Schoen, which is not many Giants fans. I would say it's maybe 15 to 20%, maybe at this point. I think like when Joe Schoen goes to the table to beg for his job with Mara at the end of the year, he's going to go and say, "Listen, when I took this job, the two biggest questions about this football team, I've improved for you. I got you Jackson Dart, and I improved this offensive line." And I think that's the argument that Joe Schoen will make. I don't think that it should preserve his job. I will say thank you, Joe, for those. You're part of the reason why this team is going to get good when we get a general manager in here that knows to build a complete football team. But it's been 4 years, Baddog, and the team is not even close to out of the basement. He had the opportunity to fire Brian Daboll this offseason. He elected to stick with him. I think by doing that, inevitably, at the end of the year, Joe Schoen's going down with the ship.
Yeah, I agree. I can't see Joe Schoen staying on board. It wouldn't make sense to keep him. And again, I think he's done good things, but I think you gotta start over. I don't want Joe Schoen picking a head coach. He obviously didn't do a good job this time. And like you said, he could have went the other way, and he could have, he could have easily said, I'm going to fire Brian Daboll going into the year, and he didn't. Like I said, he stuck with him. He stuck with Shane Bowen. He stuck with everybody. But then again, this is the other thing you run into. If he fired those guys going into the regular season, who else? Who else you going to get hired?
I think if he would have fired Daboll, if we go back in time and he did it, I don't know who they would have brought in. It wouldn't have been Vrabel. People bring up Vrabel. Vrabel was always going to the Patriots. Obviously, the ties there. Whoever it was, maybe it was McCarthy. I don't know. Whoever they would have brought in, I think it would have given Joe Schoen another year because they would have said, we don't want to break, we've only given the head coach 1 year. We just drafted a quarterback. I think that would have more or less guaranteed Joe Schoen a 5th year as the Giants general manager. But now that he's stuck with Daboll, I think they're ripping it all up, Baddog, at the end of the year. I really do. I think they're going to rip it up.
Yeah.
But maybe Mara's health has something to do with it, as Anthony's talked about on the show. And maybe that's why, who knows? Maybe they keep him because of that, because Mara doesn't want to go through a GM search. Who knows?
I agree. Yeah, you never know. I mean, we'll see what we got. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But again, changes are going to be made. I don't see how you bring him back.
I don't think he's coming back. If I had to make a prediction, I don't think he's coming back.
I'm not in the mood for these idiots today, so we're just going to start getting rid of some of these guys. I'm not in the mood today. Just idiots in the chat. I'm not dealing with these idiots. Eric, I don't have the energy for it. Eric, thank you so much. He says, for me, with Joe Schoen, I think it's possible that they get rid of him, but we'll be surprised if they don't get rid of him. My chance right now. Yeah, exactly. Again, I'm not going to be mad either way, but I just don't think that they can, I just think it's better for the team if they just start over. Yeah, that's the way I look at that.
And I think that the job right now is appealing. And some may look at that as that's an argument to keep Schoen, but I disagree. I think the head coaching job's appealing too. That doesn't mean Brian Daboll did a good job. I don't know if next year the job will look as appealing as it does this year. You potentially have the first overall pick. You have Jackson Dart only a year into his rookie contract. You have a decent cap situation. If you keep Schoen, he may spend like crazy to try to keep his job the following year. So it's a very appealing job right now too, and I think that has to come into play as well, and more of a reason to fire Joe Schoen.
Part of the thing with Joe Schoen, and we talked about it, is that he has exercised a lot of patience, and he really hasn't done something completely crazy when it came to the cap or signing somebody incredibly long term or whatever. The contracts they gave to Adebo and Holland weren't long-term deals. It's a lot of 3-year stuff. So, but you never know what he could do. We saw it happen with Gettleman when he went out and spent all that money on Galladay, and that definitely did not work out for us. So,
Joe B says we don't have a decent cap situation. I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. When you look at their cap, Joe, First off, there's about $40 to $50 million that they could cut without almost any dead hit. And long term, the Giants are in a very good cap situation. You have Dart on a cost-effective salary. There's nobody under a ridiculous contract right now. You want Andrew Thomas to be locked up long term. I think the Giants are in a very good cap situation. When you factor in the players that are obvious cuts going into next year, there's a lot of money that's going to be coming off the book. I think the Giants are it's a much more attractive cap situation than it was when Joe Schoen took the job. Not even close.
Yeah, agreed. Joe Schoen did a good job getting us out of cap hell. Yep. Again, Joe Schoen has done, again, kind of like keeping him 50-50. I feel like Joe Schoen has done a 50-50 job here. He's made his mistakes, no doubt about it. But he also, Joe Schoen made some mistakes, and he also did some really good things. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but we'll see. But we haven't even spoken about this game because it doesn't mean a whole lot, if we're being honest.
Right.
I'll be excited when the game starts. But today's game, Baddog, I think it's going to be high scoring because both of these defenses are ass. And if you're Washington without your quarterback in there, with Mariota in there, you have to run the hell out of the football, you would think, against this Giants run defense.
Right.
Washington's one of the worst run defenses in the league as well. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Tracy on the Giants end as well. And the thing I want to see from Dart, not just in this game, for the remainder of the year, for the next 4 games, don't be an idiot, man. Don't put your body in harm's way. If you could get out of bounds to avoid a hit and give up a yard or two, do it. I hope he learns from the mistakes he's made pertaining to that throughout the remainder of this year.
Yep, I agree. Raphael, oops, where am I here? Raphael says, sucks that John Cena retired last night. Favorite wrestler, my favorite wrestler, Stone Cold. I kind of stopped watching after John Cena became when he got out of that Doctor Thugonomics character. I stopped watching wrestling about the time Stone Cold and The Rock retired. So right around 2004, I didn't watch much anymore. But yeah, I guess John Cena had his final match last night, which I thought he had his final match a while ago.
I don't watch wrestling, but I was going through the streaming services last night just trying to find something to watch, and that happened to be live on Peacock. So I actually watched the end of that match and his farewell to the fans.
I'm on the way here.
And Washington is going to bring this back to the 33, so the Commanders will start with the ball. 14:55 to go here in the first, as the Giants actually favored today, which is crazy to me.
That is. Jake, thank you, man. He says, I don't care if Joe Schoen comes back, but I think if they get the number 1 pick, he's getting fired. I have no faith in Mara picking a good GM, so it doesn't matter to me. That's fair.
That's very fair. I have very little faith that the Giants are going to pick a good GM.
It's very fair.
But I do think they're going to make a change.
That is very fair, without question. I think that's
Washington will come out of the pistol. Giants crowd the line with 5. Mariota takes the snap, and they go to the run, which shouldn't surprise you as the Giants stink against the run. But Abdul Carter makes a nice play off the edge. Loss of 1.
Look at Abdul right away. We talked about it earlier in the stream before the game started. That we'll take a look and see what Abdul Carter does here, because obviously, it's been a lot of scrutiny, being late to meetings and all this other stuff. And Lawrence Taylor kind of had a little, not a tete-a-tete, but I don't want to say he called him out, but said you got to go out there and work harder. And so far, first play, pretty good.
2nd and 11 after the loss of 1. Mariota takes the snap out of the gun. Play action, drops back, buys time, rolls out of the pocket. He's going to take off and scramble and get about 7. It'll bring up 3rd and probably 3.
Akuna King, thank you, remember, for 57 months. Brought some of the special emojis with him. Yeah, Laramie Tunsil, that was a guy. The Giants probably could have used him in 2016. No?
Oh, I would have loved that pick.
The one thing I'd worry about if I'm a Commanders fan, you take a look at those wide receivers, not Noah Brown per se, but the other ones. And my God, man, they're old. And when they pay Jane Daniels, it's going to be –
and they're going to pay
down with the Giants.
3rd and 3. 3 to the right. Mariota out of the gun, takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Throws a quick slant. It's going to depend on the spot.
Real close. As Madden would say, it's one of those right foot, left foot deals.
I think he's going to
hit on them.
An inch short. They're going to go for this because they got nothing to play for like the
Giants. They got to go for it. Absolutely.
Oh, they gave him the first. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that to happen.
Based on where the ref was when he spotted it, I thought he was short.
So did I.
So the Washington Commanders get the first down, 2 minutes here into the first quarter, and they may review this now. The Giants are going to challenge it.
Do the Giants challenge it, or is it like that automatic assistance type of deal?
I saw a red flag on the ground.
Okay, well, I don't think that's a great challenge. But we'll see.
I actually think he might have been short, Baddog, but I agree. It's not a great challenge because even if they didn't get it, they're likely going to pick it up anyway in the next play.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't know why but I don't know why. It's just, you know what it is. It's a guy that's absolutely desperate, to save his job. To get any kind of momentum going forward. But I don't know. Man. I don't know.
I think he's about a half yard short, though, so I think he will win the challenge.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
If they get the stop, it's a great challenge, but they likely won't stop him.
Right. Yeah. Not knowing the Giants, you know how bad their run defense is, so it's crazy. I don't know why he would challenge that, but we'll see what it is. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know anything. Boomer Sooner. That reminds me. That's what I wanted to ask you. You up for doing some college playoff games this year?
Is that next week, right? The playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a game. But I know you guys are playing. Who are you playing? Alabama?
Alabama. Friday night.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a very good game. But
I'm definitely calling that one way or the other.
Now, who did you think deserved that last spot? Do you think it should have been Miami? Do you think it should have been Notre Dame?
I think the fact Miami beat Notre Dame, I think that's why that happened.
Now I get that argument, Baddog. I think Notre Dame's the better team right now, but I get the argument because they beat them earlier in the year.
That's the only reason I would say that, because Miami started off like a ball of fire and totally fizzled out at the end of the year.
But if you're going based off the end of the year, Alabama lost 3 games and they got blown out in their championship game.
The reason I think that happens was because they weren't going to punish Alabama for having to play an extra game. I think that's fair. What happened there. I think that's why. But in my estimation, I don't think Bama belonged in there. But you win the SEC West, I guess that. And listen, man, it's Alabama. And if that was Boise State or something like that, Boise State ain't making it in over Notre Dame. I think that's the only team that could have taken Notre Dame out of it was a team like Alabama. If it was a smaller college, no way in hell. It's about money. You know that. Yeah.
Which is why Notre Dame didn't play in the bowl game, because they didn't want ESPN to make money off them for a meaningless bowl game. That's what I read. But, I think that'll be a great game, that Oklahoma game. That's going to be a great game. I don't know.
It's really close.
He might have gotten it anyway.
I think they gave
it to him. So the Giants wasted a challenge. That's a bad challenge. Shotgun formation here. Now, if it was like the difference of a turnover on downs, I get it. But not. Right. There's a handoff out of the gun. Washington will pick up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Because, what's the best case scenario? You win the challenge, and then they got to get an inch to get a first down.
Right.
So, yeah, not a good challenge there by Kafka.
That was just, pointless. It's a pointless challenge. Booner Sooner says, stadium looks packed as usual for us in December. I think he's being facetious.
And there's a handoff out of the gun. Giants doing a better job against the run today, although Washington, this stupid rugby rule where you could push the guy forward for 2-3 yards after the fact.
Blew the play dead about after 2 yards. Should be about 3rd down and 7.
The reason why it's extra dead today, because there's a lot of empty seats, is because both teams are ass.
And the weather's not really great there. So
it'll be 3rd and 5. They give him 3 on the run.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Big 3rd down for the Giants. 3rd down and 5.
Now, this will be interesting.
The Giants jump offside.
Burns. Now, I don't know if they're going to say that Burns caused Connerly to false start, but it didn't. Burns definitely moved, but it didn't look like he broke the line of scrimmage. False start. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10. Wow, that was close.
That was close, Baddog.
It was close.
But the
Giants, I think it was the fact it was Connerly. I mean, if that was the Eagles, damn well it would have been against the Giants.
Giants get the benefit of the doubt. So 3rd and 10 here from the 43 after the penalty. Obviously, you got to get off the field here.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10. No stupid penalties. And
Debo in motion. Mariota out of the gun. Giants bring 4. Mariota drops back. Mariota steps up. Pressure. Throws. And it's caught all the way down to the Giants' 30.
Well, again, that's the Giants get no pressure. And Mariota's able to roll out to his right. I mean, the coverage was good initially, but, again, just guy able to roll out to his right. Carter in pursuit. And, I mean, not the worst coverage, but it's good play by Mariota.
Good catch by Brown as they got it all the way up to the Giants' 29 after a gain of about
Larry Legend in the house. Well, we'll get to that in 1 second.
Man in motion is Brown. Mariota out of the gun. He's going to go, and he's going to hit Debo on a wide receiver screen. There's a flag on the play.
That's probably against Washington. It'll be like an illegal shift or guy downfield or something, usually when that happens. Larry says, I'll say it again, losing this game than being the Vikings who blew out the Commies would be the most Giants thing the Giants could do at this point.
And it was a hold, by the way, so it'll be 1st and 20.
1st and 20.
Yeah, Larry, I could see it. I mean, honestly, I could see the Giants winning any of their remaining games. I could also see them losing any of them.
True. Boomer Sooner says might need to trade a few of these starters on D. I don't know, man. I don't know what the Giants are going to do. I don't know. Abdul Carter's off to a good start today, which is
you're not trading Carter.
No, I'm just saying he's off to a good start today, which is a good thing. Zach Attack, thank you, buddy. Good morning, my friends up north. Win or lose, fire Joe Shane. The question is understood. That's right. I understand your question. Zach has the Fire Joe Shane thumbnail going. So,
and here's Mariota. They're going to hand off on 1st and 20. Giants doing a much better job today against the run than they have in recent weeks. Still gain there.
Like Darius Alexander got in there for a gain of nothing.
So that's encouraging, at least.
Yeah, Cam Scatterbo was over there. I just saw him. Cam in the jacket with the hood up. Sean, thank you. What up, my New York Giants soldiers? Is this not the longest season ever? Yes.
Until
the next one. Until the next one, John.
We say that every year, John. But yes, it's been brutal.
It has been awful, without question.
And here's Mariota out of the gun, fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, bobbled. Probably should have been picked off. Incomplete.
Well, that's why the Commanders are 3 and 10. Because you get plays like that.
Looked like Holland had a chance to intercept that, and he didn't have his head at the ball.
Right.
And they're going to call a hold, and they'll decline it. So it'll be 3rd and 20.
It's smart to decline that.
Is it though? Because the hold would have kicked you out of field goal range.
Wow. Is there a such thing as that a field goal range when it comes to the Giants?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I actually think you should have taken that penalty though, because I understand you get an extra down, but now you're still in field goal range.
Yep. I can see that. I mean, that would make sense too. I don't know.
3rd and 20 here for Washington from the Giants 39. And here's Mariota out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back, rolls out, and he's going to pick up the yards he needs to make the field goal more makeable as he gets up to the 28.
Boomer Sooner there. We need Marcus Freeman, but no way he leaves Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'll never say never, but it's possible. You never say never, but I agree. I think it's much more likely he stays there.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So it's a 46-yard attempt. I don't know what the wind is like today.
I don't either, but never easy in this stadium. Not much else.
Right hash, the snap, the hold, the kick is good. Washington takes an early 3-0 lead.
Wow, there is nobody in that stadium. Because even Commander fans are like, I ain't going to that freaking game. I ain't driving up there to watch this shit.
So Dart takes over for his first drive. He's been, as we talk about all the time, I mean, I think last week they struggled on the first drive, but overall he's been great on his first drive this year.
Yeah, he has. The last game against Dallas, it'll be all Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Nuggets, thank you, says in field goal, and that's true. In field goal range is anything less than 65 yards. Against us, without question. It is definitely we suck. It's just terrible. Terrible. It
and
is.
James says, who's more likely to leave their college, Freeman or Day? I think Freeman. I think Freeman would be more likely, but I don't. And I mainly because I think Freeman is the guy that most people would look at as the better potential head coaching candidate in the NFL. But I don't think either one's going to leave if I had to guess.
Agreed. I can't see Ryan Day going anywhere.
No, he's in a great spot.
Yep.
Great recruiter. You know, he's not leaving there.
Yeah.
I mean, in today's day and age, Baddog, like it's not even like financially, you don't really make much more in the NFL than you would at the collegiate ranks for a head coach. So if you have a cushy job like Ohio State where you're winning every year, you know your job security is there for probably another 5 or 6 years at the very least. Why leave and go to an NFL job where you could be out in 2 years? I
was going to say you're probably going to get less in the NFL or comparable because you're not established.
Yeah.
Handle your hot name. Like you said, just like a guy like Nick Saban. He was terrible when he went to Miami and then he ended up at Alabama. And again, yeah, when you're a guy like Ryan, I mean, we saw with Jim Harbaugh, man, how much did he get to go to Michigan? You know, these guys get a lot of money. It's not
and Harbaugh probably only left Michigan because of the stuff that happened at Michigan with he probably would have been fired or, you know, so.
Right.
You know.
But they gave him a ton of money. You get a lot of money. College makes a lot of money. A lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing. They make a lot of money. They make a lot of cake-ola there. Boomer Sooner, thank you again, brother. Would you prefer Downs or linebacker? I'd rather the linebacker, if you're asking me. I'd rather have Arvell Reese without question over a safety because he plays.
Downs is a special player, though. I wouldn't be upset if we took him, but I agree. I'd rather the linebacker.
We don't want the safety. We need to stop the run. I mean, this is the biggest problem with this team for years on defense. You know, as good as Downs is, unless you're bringing him up to the line of scrimmage, he's not going to really help you against that, which is, look at how empty that stadium is. Are we running back-to-back quarterback sneaks today, you think, Chris?
The stadium looks like we're going to. As Deontay Banks brings it out to the 33, Giants will start there.
Just a meaningless game between Washington and the Giants again, and that's all I can think about is when we ran the back-to-back quarterback sneaks. It was absolutely terrible. It was terrible.
And we'll see what Jackson Dart's got coming out of the bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this drive.
Yeah. Want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat, though. We appreciate you guys and girls sticking with us through another tumultuous season here with the New York Giants.
And Dart under center, play action, drops back, has plenty of time, throws. It's a wide open wide receiver. It's Slayton up to the Washington 48. So a good start to this drive.
Without question, the one bright spot for the Giants this year has been Jackson Dart. I mean, he's been awesome. He's had 18 touchdowns in 8 games, 18 total touchdowns, playing without the complement of his best players. Lost their number one running back, Scatteraboo. He never had a chance to play with Malik Neighbors. He didn't have Slayton for a couple weeks, so he's been encouraging, and Washington jumps off sides there.
Yeah, offside penalty on Washington, so that'll bump him up another 5 yards. And normally I would say we're in field goal range, but Koo sucks, and he kicks into the dirt first. So
we have to get inside the 10 for him to be in field goal range.
So Giants will have it now at the Washington 42 or 43 after the penalty. It'll be 1st and 5.
Yeah. Bobby Wagner, another guy that's just old. Like I said, Commanders are an old team, man. You're going to have to pay Jane Daniels in a couple of years. And how are you going to replace these guys when you're giving Jane Daniels $65 million a year? Because it's probably what he's going to get.
And here's Theo in motion. Dart will take the snap. Giants will try their first handoff, and it's successful as Tracy carries the pile forward for, I think, a first down.
So I think, again, you want to talk about a bright spot for the Giants this year. It has definitely been, there you go. Take a look at that. For 4 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, they had 6 opening drive touchdowns. In 4 years, this year, they got 6 alone because of Jackson Dart. But the offensive line has been fantastic. The Giants have been one of the better running teams in the league this year. Why Carmen Marcillo's got to stay. He's got to stay.
Giants have it now from the 37 after the first down. Wandell in motion. Dart will take the snap, drops back, play action. Looks like there was a hold, but no call. and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I don't really know where he was throwing that, but if he was throwing it away, this is going to be a piece of cake for Philadelphia. I mean,
yeah,
they'll win that game without an issue. I have Dallas started on my fantasy team. Not that it matters because I have a bye this week. But let's score 200 points this week. My team. Can't believe how good of a game Kirk Cousins had, man.
Oh, he killed it.
He did.
And here's Wan'Dale in motion. Dart out of the gun. 3 wide. He'll take the snap. Gives to Tracy. Tracy on the draw play. Cuts it up the middle. He gets walloped, but not before he gets about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
This keeps everything in play because knowing that you'll likely go for it on 4th down, if you gain 3 yards or so, you could run it here.
You're definitely not in field goal range. That's for sure. So you're definitely going 4 down. This is a 50-yard field goal. We ain't kicking that shit with young Wake. No way in hell. This is definitely 4 down territory.
Here's Dart out of the gun. Trips to the right. Man in motion, Wan'Dale. Dart takes the snap, rolls back, throws deep. There could be a flag here. Looked like there was a little hand activity there, Baddog, but no flag. Incomplete.
Yeah, I just don't think that was close enough to him. And if Jackson Dart has struggled with one thing this year, it has been the deep pass. He has not been very good when it comes to throwing the ball deep. He's kind of inaccurate. He doesn't really step. It doesn't seem like he ever steps into the throw. There was a lot of hand fighting there, but I think that's a good no call.
So will they attempt it looks like they're
attempting. Oh, God, here we go, guys.
A 52-yard attempt by Koo. First thing, we got to make sure he doesn't kick his foot directly into the dirt. So let's see. He got the kick away, and he missed it.
Woo! Tate Sandell, come home. 4th round pick, bro. I'm dead ass serious. 4th round pick.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even close.
Jesus, man. We need a kicker in the worst way. At least he got the kick off.
So he didn't kick the ground, so he's improving. He's improving. He's improving. God almighty, man. Daryl. So bad. I'm dead ass serious. They got to draft a kicker. I'm not even kidding. Like it's funny to joke around about it, but it's true. David, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. And as always, thank you for your service. I'm here with Baddog Chris in the chat. I'm a Jags fan. Happy holidays. Thank you, buddy. Good luck to your Jags. Nice turnaround for them in Duval.
They play the Jets today, I think, right?
That should be a W.
Yeah, so they've been great this year, the Jaguars. I think 9-4, one of the better defenses in the league.
Kind of flying under the radar, too.
Yeah. Do you think the Texans, the way that they are playing, like of all the years, when you look at the AFC right now, a team like the Jaguars, a team like the Texans, could a team like that sneak into the Super Bowl this year? Because defense travels, the Chiefs aren't the Chiefs, the Ravens look like they're out of the picture. I mean, it looks like everything's setting up for Josh Allen to finally have his year to get to the Super Bowl, but that is far from a complete team.
Defense travels.
A team like Houston, or I could see a team like that making the Super Bowl this year. But
I mean, when the Giants won in 2007, we certainly weren't the best offense out there. But the defense can hold you in any game. And defense can come up with a big turnover, a big sack. I feel like when you have a really good defense, especially in the postseason, when you get into those, the colder weather games, defense means a lot there. You want to run the ball. It's harder to throw in those conditions. So when you have a stout defense, it certainly helps, which is why your pick about the Packers coming out of the NFC is very possible because their defense is really good. So although the Rams look like a
Rams are the favorite. I think it's Rams Packers. I think those are the two best teams in the NFC. And the Seahawks, I don't want to rule them out. They've played great this year, but the AFC just feels like it's wide open. I mean, the Broncos have a great defense too, so I should probably say the Broncos are the team to beat because Mile High Stadium. They just haven't impressed me this year. As great as their record is, like I feel like they've skated by against a lot of really bad teams. So
Zach says, "Yay, football!" Of course. Big Moon, thank you. Can we draft a kicker and a punter, please? What the fuck? Yeah, Tate Sandell, man. I'm telling you.
And Washington will come out of the I formation. Mariota's going to hand. And now Washington starts to get the ground game cooking, as you knew they would. They get 6.
There's Bill. I had to dump Bill this week because I'm not going to keep him next year anyway, and he's not really playing. I took that the hell's the backup for Baltimore. The backup running back. I took him just in case, so I forgot the hell what his name is. Yeah. B-Rock, thank you, man. Can't even get a Christmas miracle in the form of field goal.
I'm honestly surprised, a little bit surprised that they kicked that. 4th and 6, in a game that means nothing, I probably would have went for it, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's my Kafka. I mean,
And there's a handoff.
The tank is on, Chris. The tank's on. They know the best way to lose the game is not giving Dart a chance at 4th and 6, but kick that 52-yarder.
And Washington gets 6 on that run, so first down.
Chislow says, all part of the plan. Number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Ifabuza. Thank you so much. I must be nuts. I left my house in South Florida to have Christmas with my family in New York, and it's freezing. Yeah, well, you got to be crazy to leave Florida. But at least you can go back to Florida.
This is a tough week to come to New York because, this is the coldest week we've had, and it's colder. This is early to get snow in New York, so at least where I'm from. I know upstate it's a little bit different. But
it's not usually this cold in December. It's usually January we get this where it's really cold like this. So it's been cold.
Washington
you have to go back though.
Washington picked up 1 on first down on an end around, a trick play that didn't work out. Now they're in the pistol at the 45. Mariota takes the snap, play action, blindside pressure from Burns, but Mariota's able to elude it. Now he's going to take off and try to run with it, and he'll pick up about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 4.
That's what I'm pretty sure he won the Heisman, if I'm not mistaken, at Oregon. That was certainly a big reason why he was so successful at Oregon. I'll be honest. I mean, Mariota is one of the better backups in the league. He can definitely a serviceable guy. Kind of like our guy with Jameis. It's you don't want them to play, but when they get in there, you're not going to look completely embarrassing like what it was when we had Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm throwing the ball for us.
Yeah, he's kind of like Tyrod Taylor.
Correct.
He's a serviceable quarterback.
Yep.
Here's Mariota out of the gun from the 40. He's going to hand off. This tackling on this team is so bad. Oh, my God. They have him dead to rights in the backfield, and it's an arm tackle. He tries to tackle him up by the shoulders, and Nichols makes him look like a fool.
It's just all year this has been a major issue with the Giants defense. It's just not – Carter got chipped there. Alexander couldn't bring him down, and he ends up at the first down. Dire Giants fan, thank you. Sup, fellas? What's going on? The legendary Dire Giants fan.
Good to see, man.
He says, so numb at this point. I don't have the purge siren for you on the stream here, but later tonight when we do the Lakers, we'll have your purge siren for you.
Out of the pistol, and the Commander's starting to get that. I praised the run defense on the first drive. On the second drive, it's been the opposite. They get 5 there.
It's the way we normally play. Kobe, thank you so much. We're gonna be Patriots the next year. Trust. Keep losing. I hope we're half as good as the Patriots next year, brother. I'm being completely honest.
Let's get the coach first.
Yeah, we're gonna need a coach. You need a GM. We're gonna need a lot of everything here, without question.
Look at that time of possession. Oosh, not a good start.
It's tough to do these games every week, man. It's hard.
And Mariota takes the snap out of the gun, looks, throws, and that's broken. Oh,
I tell you what, I thought Newman was going to the house. He just missed. Boomer Sooner, thank you, brother. I honestly don't see a coach who can fix this. There's a lot of talent here. I think they're poorly coached. It was not Newman. Sorry, it was Cordell Flott.
Yeah, Cordell
which
Flott,
I think they got to sign, man. They got to sign Flott. They got to get Flott back here.
I agree.
Our secondary is so shitty. You got to keep that guy.
Muiso had a golden opportunity there and an interception.
That just tells you how bad our linebacking core is, too. But.
And Mariota will take the snap out of the gun. Pressure. And
Carter got there.
Ball. Abdul Carter with a strip sack.
The Washington got it back, but Abdul, man, I'll tell you, something we definitely wanted to see is Carter finish strong. And so far, so good. for Abdul Carter. He has played really well in this first quarter.
Washington was able to fall on top of it, but a great play by the rookie.
Yep, absolutely great.
And he got held.
Love to see. He's got held all year.
That would be encouraging to see him have a big
last
4 games of the year.
Yep.
And that Washington will have to punt. So big play by Carter to knock them out of field goal range.
Huge. And now we'll see what Dartmouth's offense can do.
So a 3-point play by Abdul Carter as the Giants call for a fair catch at the 9.
I don't know what the hell happened with my freaking this damn thing. Like, it's playing ads on my shit, which I do not want. I don't know why this is playing ads midstream. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I'm trying to pause them. I don't know why the hell they're showing up like that. Ecuador, man, thank you, brother. What up, guys? Beat those Skins. Go Cowboys.
Who do the Cowboys got this week?
Who do the Cowboys have this week?
Vikings. Vikings. They'll win that game.
They should win that game. I'm gonna hit the PP real quick. We'll be right back. That's the first time I went on a whole quarter without going to the bathroom.
I'm going to set the line at 3.5 as Baddog takes his first trip. We're going to talk to the chat. Nice love. So what's up, Diehard? Well, I'll take some positive success for Carter. Yeah, that was a great play by Carter. Let's see. David says I'm getting ads. It's really annoying. I don't think YouTubers can control that, David. I don't think anyway. I think that YouTube does that on their own. So when you get those live, which I agree. I think that is an annoying feature that YouTube added when they post. I get it during videos, of course, but when you're live, it's annoying that they post the ads. I agree with that. I don't like that change. You'll take that bet. What's the bet? Oh, the 3.5 on Baddog. All right. You going over? He's at 1. Who do you want for head coach? I mean, I got to see the candidates first, right? I mean, I got to see who becomes available before I could really say. But what I'll tell you is I want an experienced coach. That much I'll tell you. Chris, what do you think of Alonso and Diaz signings? Well, the Mets didn't sign him. The Mets let them go. But I don't like it. I'm going to – after being emotional for 3 or 4 days as a fan, because you have to understand, if you're a Yankee fan watching this, Met fans have only had one player in the history of the franchise that has a really good player, I should say, that has started their career as a Met and played their entire career as a Met and retired, and that's David Wright. Right? So as a Met fan, I wanted to see Alonso and Nimmo do that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give David Stearns his opportunity to build this team, and we'll see what he does. But obviously, he added a lot of pressure, throughout the rest of this offseason, and we'll see who he brings in. But I don't like it, man. Alonso's 31 years old. I get it, but I didn't like that the Mets let him go.
I couldn't believe that when you said that, and you're right. Really, that's been the only guy is David Wright. Nobody has started and finished their career as a Met. No star anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the only other guy, Ed Kranepool. Like, do you consider that guy a star? I mean, other than that, I mean,
the Mets' first overall pick ever, right?
Yeah, he was.
So, yeah, maybe.
And here's Dart under center. He'll take the snap, fakes it to Tracy, drops back, hit as he throws. That's wobbly, incomplete.
Yeah, he got hit as he threw that ball. He got knocked to the ground. And tough going so far for the rookie out of Ole Miss. Irish Rover, the legend. What up, guys? Hope all is well. And you're ready for Santa. Baddog, you thinking about calling Spurs Knicks next week? It depends on what time.
That's the championship game. Well, championship game, right?
Yeah, it depends on what time it is.
I'm surprised the Spurs won last night.
I am too, but I guess Oklahoma, the Thunder are due for a loss. It's not like they got blown out or anything.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle. Giants will get 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
On top of that, Toasty says, Chris, you're going to stream any Knicks game soon.
Maybe I will. I've had a few people ask me that in the live streams. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll stream that game. I don't know. We'll see.
There you go.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'll definitely do some Knicks playoff games this year. I'm not going to do every one, but I'll sprinkle in a few. But maybe I'll do a few regular season games.
Spurs are doing that without Wemby too, which is crazy.
I think he came back for that game.
Did he come back with that one?
I think he did, yeah. Here's Dart out of the gun, 3rd and 7. It's a design screen to Theo Johnson, And I think he's going to be a half yard short, and they can't go for this.
I was set up so perfectly, and only the Giants can fuck that one up. I mean, that is set up so perfectly. Nobody's out there. The one guy that can get him gets him, and he can't dive forward for the first down.
I was going to say,
he just crumples down in front of the freaking sticks.
I wanted to see a replay before
Who the hell was this guy?
We got a new punter.
We have a new punter.
But I wanted to see a replay before I said it, but I was about to say that's the difference between a losing player and a winning player is a winning player knows how to get to the sticks to pick up that first down on that play. Punts away. Commanders are going to field this at the 33. That was a block in the back. We both said it. We both saw it. But no flags as the Commanders get it to the Giants 46.
Ecuador man said, yes, I am doing Alabama OU. That is Friday, 8 o'clock. So I will be live for that one. I will be live for that, sir. Yes, indeedy, I will. I will indeedy.
Well, yeah, Zach says punt. They had to punt. They were at their own 19-yard
line.
Yeah,
definitely had to punt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's just funny how that shit works. It's embarrassing. It's
and Clutch says we're 2-1, 2-11. No way y'all crazy upset. I'm not crazy upset. I just hate seeing bad football.
I'm not crazy upset either. I just think it's funny. It's just typical Giants football. Yeah. I actually think it's like not entertaining. What's the word I'm looking for? It's comical. It's comical.
Yeah.
You know. It's comical. It's ridiculous how bad they are.
They're not good, though. They're not good.
No, they're not. That's putting it nicely. Take a look at the Commanders since I forgot they even had a winning record, if I'm being honest.
Well, they started off 1-0 because they played us.
Well, 3-2. I don't even remember them being 3-2.
And here's Mariota out of the gun from the Giants 47. Drops back, has all day, throws over the middle, caught up to the 33 as Debo first down.
Yeah, so the Commanders in field goal range already. That should take us to the end of the first quarter. CJ, thank you. He says the last two Giants-Commanders games at DC, I'm 1-2. We'll see how it goes today.
We used to sweep them. Even when
the time.
Yeah.
Not since Jane Daniels has come here. They're 3-0. Well, he's 3-0 against. Well, yeah, they're 3-0 because they played 3 times. And again, usually it's the other way around. Even when these two teams are terrible, the Giants are the ones that usually come out on top. But the Giants are so bad now that it seems like Washington's coming out on top every time. As we get ready to go to the second quarter, I want to give a big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring the stream today. Check out Sleeper, guys and girls. It's the fastest growing app out there. Over 10 million people use it. They have daily fantasy contests, college football, college basketball, NBA, and so much more. You can also do over-under on stats. They have 2 great promotions going. Click the link in the description. Enter the promo code BADDOG, BADDOG. Get a 100% match deposit bonus up to $100 in your first deposit. Even cooler than that, if you haven't played Sleeper and you want to try it out, well, you can try it out for free. All you got to do is click the link in the description. Make sure you use that link. Open a brand new Sleeper account. They give you $20 for nothing. You just got to click the link, open a brand new account, and get $20 for free. No deposit, no credit card, no debit card, no nothing. Just $20 for using the link and signing up. If you like it and want to use that promotion code, BADDOG, you're still eligible to get a 100% match deposit bonus up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. Have fun. Win 1,000 times your cash, and or score up to 1,000 times your cash. I should say, and check out Sleeper. Boomer Sooner says this team clearly has an issue with talent evaluations. Can't evaluate a kicker when all you have to do is look at is they can kick it straight and far.
He's not lying. He's not lying, bad dog.
And the other one is, can they stay healthy? Obviously, we have 2 backup kickers in there today. Sometimes you don't even feel the kicker. I'll give the Giants credit. At least if Gillum is injured, they have a punter. Yeah. It's not Younghoe Koo punting. So remember when Gillum tried to kick that field goal when we didn't feel the –
Oh, God. That was horrible. Not as bad as Koo, though.
Yeah, Koo's bad. NBA Cup is 8:30 on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, Irish Rover. I don't know. I don't want to commit to something and not be able to do it. New England's up 14-0 on Buffalo.
I was looking at the scores from around the league. I was about to tell you that. But
Houston's destroying Arizona 17-0. Kansas City up on the Chargers 7-3. Kansas City obviously needs that game. Jacksonville's up 14-7. Chicago all over Cleveland 13-0. Philadelphia beating Vegas 10-0. I think they just kicked the field goal. It says fourth and goal in the Vegas 8. My guess is they just kicked the field goal, but that'll be an easy win for them. Obviously, it is 3-0 here as we begin the second quarter. And Washington in field goal range already. I want to see how the other the other four playoff teams are faring today. One guy is Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, and Drake May. I do not want him going forward.
No. Although I do think Taylor is going to be not quite. What a run here. Wow. Washington is able to pick up 12 as the Giants don't know how to tackle.
Yeah.
My God, our run defense is so bad, man. Every week.
It is bad. Yeah. Not a lot going on here. Yeah, the one guy with Josh Allen is actually losing big time this week. Although Drake May already has 18 points for him, but Josh Allen will end up with those points. Nico Collins having a big day for that guy.
Commanders have it from the 22.
Trevor Lawrence already has 23 freaking points.
Mariota keeps it on the RPO as the Commanders will pick up 5.
Craziness. I don't got to worry about that game to the championship anyway. This is going on here.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is I don't think Taylor will be that nearly as good now that they have Rivers at quarterback because they're just going to stuff the box.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't think he's going to get by this week anyway. The one thing I'll say, the two of the better teams outside of our team, they're very inconsistent. Like those teams have had really big weeks and really bad weeks. We beat both of the two best teams.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Merritt will go in for a touchdown. I guess we should have kept him.
God, this run defense is pathetic.
I think I can put up a buck against this team.
It looked. I got to see the replay. But I think it looked like the Giants' defensive lineman just froze. Like he didn't. I understand that maybe he thought that the quarterback kept the football. Oh my God! He just over pursued. Oh my God! Why even throw against the Giants? You don't need to. You could run it on 3rd and 15.
Well, a lot of teams do. Well, I guess it's all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Nico, I'll do this one here.
Snap, hold, kick is good. 10-0 Commanders.
Nico says it's great. We've gutted the only exciting thing about the team because of public perception. Now we're back to lame-ass quarterback play, not a pocket passer.
Yep.
You're talking about because they're telling him not to run anymore? I'm guessing. God, we are.
And Robert says worst run defense since the Cincinnati Reds and New York Yanks. The announcer said.
Really?
This run defense is pathetic, man.
It's
we're gonna break the record for the highest yards per carry against.
Yeah,
And by the way, I mentioned it on the show another record that I don't think anybody's brought up, and I only stumbled upon it because I was watching another football game, and I'm like, wow, the Giants haven't caused many fumbles this year. The Giants have only forced 2 fumbles this year. They've only recovered 2 fumbles, which is the NFL record for lowest amount of fumbles forced in an NFL season. So if the Giants don't get a fumble within the next 3.5 games, they'll tie that record in a 17-game season. So that's good.
Yeah. We like to set a lot of records here. A lot of dubious distinctions here. But this, it's all part of the plan, Chris. It's all part of the plan. This is one of the bowl games, one of the draft bowl games here. It looks like Washington's going to handle this one, and the next big bowl game is in 2 weeks when we take on the Raiders, and that'll be interesting.
I was surprised we were favored in this game. I know you said that you before the stream you thought we would win. We still may because the Commanders suck, but
I also said and you know this, I'm not good at picking NFL games, which is why I love Sleeper. I don't have to pick NFL games.
Yeah.
But if I was going to make a pick, when the Giants are favored, you pick against them on the money line because they never win when they're favored. So I did say that. I felt like a good bet was Washington on the money line. The Giants never, even when we're good, we don't ever cover that spread. So I did feel like that was a good bet today. So
I think we'll lose today, but we're still gonna find a way to beat like the Raiders or something. But
well, I mean, everybody finds a way to beat that. That should be a really disgusting game. I can't wait to call it.
They're playing Kenny Pickett now, right?
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Jay says Dex is not good anymore. Fans scared to say it. He's had a bad year. Well, let's hope next year he comes back. He's 100% healthy. We got a coach that likes to fire on his ass, and the Giants play better football out of the gate, and he's ready to go. I'm not going to give up on Dex.
Kicks away. It's short. Giants will field it from the 8. And Singletary pops it to the outside. Makes a man miss to the 30. Stiff arm to the 35. All the way up to the 39. There's a flag.
Why do we have different guys returning kicks? Didn't Deontay Banks return the opening kickoff? What are we doing with this?
I could be wrong. I think they're both back there.
Oh, okay. Maybe I missed that. Wilson Dangu says clean house and clean defensive roster. Keep Burns. I like some of our defensive players.
Well, you're not getting rid of Dex. You're not getting rid of Burns. You're not getting rid of Carter. Kayvon may be gone after next year, but
I think Okereke gone.
But yeah, you need to improve the linebacking core big time. Okereke has to be replaced. You have to get younger there. You have to get a more impactful player, and you need to improve the secondary for sure.
Yeah, totally agree with that. The legendary, our guy Brian, man, thank you so much for all the incredible generosity you show myself and Chris all year, every year during the tumultuous Giant seasons, man. Really appreciate that, brother. There's a pass. He's had a good year.
Yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson looking to get paid in the offseason. Looks like there should be a flag after that, too, as they hit him way out of bounds, but he picked up 15.
Brian says, time to go and watch international yodeling competition. More excitement than this. As long as you have the closed captioning on. I bet yodeling with closed captioning would be pretty awesome.
Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing, Brian? Is there really an internet? I'm sure there is an international yodeling competition.
We gotta drop this for Brian. Anytime there's a red super chat, we gotta.
And here's Dart, and that should have been picked off. It was batted down. 2nd and 10.
All righty. No Void says this franchise has a history of great linebackers, yet this team has been severely allergic to signing great ones or drafting one. Fuck the D-line, draft linebackers. Why people like Arvell Reese? We haven't drafted a linebacker in the first round since Carl Banks, and that's the last time we had good linebackers.
Well, Pierce was good, but
Armstead was good. Pierce was good.
Barrow was good.
Yeah, so good, but not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
Handoff up the middle for a gain of about 3. But, yeah, we haven't had a homegrown because Pierce wasn't homegrown. He started with Washington. We haven't – and Barrow, of course, didn't start with the Giants.
Yeah, that's his bench.
Yeah.
I guess Armstead was not a first – Armstead was really good for us.
Oh, Armstead was great. He was a Pro Bowler, yeah.
Yeah. 3rd down 7 for the Giants.
3rd and 7. Dart will take the snap, drops back. Heaves it up. Oh, he just missed him by about a yard. Was looking for Slayton. Incomplete.
It's something Dart's got to work on in the offseason. He's got to get better at these deep passes. There was pressure here, but Slayton's open. You got to hit it. You got to hit it. Good route by Slayton. It's just out of his reach. It's just, again, that's the difference between being, 8 and, well, not, I don't want to say 8, but, whatever, 7 and 6 and 2 and 11. That's where we've been this year. Dorgarner says, how are we winning right now? We shouldn't be. No, you definitely should be. You're playing the Giants. I know you're trying to lose, but you're winning today.
You're playing the Giants.
You're playing the Giants.
And the punt's away.
Might have got
Commander's goal for this punter's not very good either, is he? How did that go?
We are so bad. Our kicking is just all.
Where did we punt that from?
Look at Jackson already.
What was that, like a 35-yard punt?
It wasn't good. Larry Legend, thank you for gifting 10 memberships, brother. Appreciate you. And yes, listen, by the way, if you are a member, I mean, I don't know how many people were members beforehand, but just know I have changed this now because we had Brian Dable, but now, as you see, we have Cam and we have Scatterboot and Dart in there. RC Styles, thank you for the super sticker. I can't act that one out. We'll try that with the. We don't have any. We don't have any. The chair don't go anywhere. But I still have the super sticker, so appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Giants trail 10-0. Washington with the ball. Things going according to plan here, Chris.
Yes, according to plan. If you're rooting for that draft pick, and hopefully, when the Titans play later, I guess.
It don't matter. We're ahead of them, so we don't got to worry.
You still want them to win, though. You still want them to win.
We ain't got to worry about the Titans. They play the Niners. That's a loss.
Exactly.
Then they play the Chiefs. That's a loss. They do play the Saints 3 weeks from now. That's the game we're playing the Raiders. There's a lot of draft implications that week. The 28th of December, man. 2 weeks. Giants, Raiders, Titans, Saints. You want to talk about a shakeup when it comes to the draft? The hell with looking at the playoff seedings in the 28th. You're looking at draft seedings, baby. That is the draft week right there.
And Jimmy says, you guys don't give up on Dart yet. Who's giving up on Dart?
No one's giving up on Dart. I'm just saying it's something he's got to work on. I mean, Dart's been great. Love Dart. But he's not above, being criticized or talking about things he needs to improve upon.
Yeah,
his deep ball is not very good yet.
Yeah, it's not. He's deep ball. I think if there is a weakness to his game so far, it's been that for the most part. But I've still been super impressed with Dart. My biggest concern with Dart is he's got to be smarter and not take as many hits as he's taken. But nobody's turning on Dart. If anything, I've been super impressed with Dart.
Agreed. RC Styles, thank you, brother. Appreciate the $5. Boom! Shakalaka. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Again, I want to put this up here because if you guys are not subscribed to Giants Collective, did I not have the link there? I guess I didn't. I thought I copied that and pasted it. I guess I did not. I thought I did do it earlier. I'll go back to it. But we're actually going to do a post game on this channel today, a live post game. It'll be me, Chris, and Adriana because Anthony's actually at the game. Poor Anthony.
God, I feel bad for him.
But we do this twice a week, so the post game's new for us. Oh,
man, wide open up the seam. Good coverage by the Giants, all the way up to the 43. My God,
good coverage. But yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed to that channel, do so because during the offseason, we also cover the Giants. Like I said, it's twice a week. We do a lot of stuff on that channel, so. It's a lot of fun. It is fun talking Giants football with, Chris, obviously, and then you had Anthony and Adrian. It's a fun show without question. I think you guys will like it if you're not subscribed. We'll be live at 6:00 tonight for the postgame. First postgame we've ever done on that channel, so it should be good. We have a lot of good things to talk about when it comes to the Giants, Chris, like that nice tackle right there. And
he fumbled it. Let the Commanders fall on top of it. Pickup of 7.
Stop for a second.
So it'll be 2nd and 3 right around midfield as Connerly's able to fall on top of it. We almost created our 3rd fumble of the year. It wasn't even like a skillful forced fumble, though. It's not like he punched the ball out. He just dropped it.
Yeah. But we couldn't recover it.
2nd and 3. Well, 10:50 to go here in the second as the Commanders continue to move the ball on the ground.
You can take a shot right here for Mariota. I think you're right around midfield.
You're running for 12 yards. And they'll hand off up the middle. They get 12 yards.
Oh, no.
I told you they'd get 12 up to the 40.
Oh. I'll be right back. I got to pee. I'll be right back. Hold on
There's
a second.
Super Baddog. I hope you bet the over.
No. I don't have to pee.
Okay. So now they have it at the 41. Mariota under center. Play action, rolls out, looking, and he just gets rid of that one.
It's just time.
Oh.
it's a time of the season to watch a meaningless game in December, Commanders and Giants. Let's take a look at what we got here in the defense, Chris. Missed 3 tackles, yards gained against 12 on the ground, missed field goal, shitty punt, all part of the plan. You got it right here.
There's your box score, guys. And shotgun formation here for the Commanders from the Giants 41. It'll be 2nd and 10. Why not just run the ball? They throw it on 2 straight plays. I don't really get that. But he hits him out in the flat, and they pick up 15 on a play where they should have got 2.
How do you not push him out of bounds if you're Okereke right there? What the fuck is that? I mean, bro, I really think they're trying to tank. You can't tell me Okereke can't push him out of bounds there.
Somehow the defense has managed to look worse without Shane.
And guys, I'm not getting mad. It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious.
So the Commanders,
this tackle. Where's the penalty? I'm looking for the penalty. We need an illegal contact or pass interference that hasn't shown up yet.
Commanders have it here from the 25, 2 on the play clock, and they'll have to use a timeout.
This is hilarious. It's just funny. Boomer Sooner says 0 chance Shane is back. They got to get it. The last 2 games, Chris, since Dart's come back, they've been fucking terrible.
I won't go as far to say 0, but I definitely don't think he's coming back.
They've been really bad the last 2 weeks. I mean, really bad. They're not even competing anymore.
I'm strongly leaning he's not coming back.
Can't be. They're not competing. I mean, it was one thing when they were competing, but there was Russ. I feel bad for Russ. I think Russ, I mentioned on Twitter, I think people forget how great that guy was in his prime.
Oh, he was fantastic in his prime.
It's,
if it wasn't for a horrible play call by the Seahawks, he's got 2 Super Bowls.
Right. Yep. That's exactly it. B-Rock says, what the hell's up with this team? You mentioned it. Damn run defense. I mean, everything, but the run defense is really sad.
When you can't stop the run, this pass rush that we're all excited about can't get going.
Correct.
And here's Mariota under center. I formation from the 25, 1st and 10. Mariota takes the snap, hand off, and they'll pick up 4. That's McNichols.
Jesus. Our run defense is putrid. Boomer Sooner.
Let's see.
Thank you so much. Everyone hates names like Nagy, Kingsbury, and Bill O'Brien, but they all have double-digit win seasons as head coach with bad franchise. I like Kingsbury, honestly. I like Cliff Kingsbury.
Well, he was a hot commodity last year after Daniels had the year he had, but now he's probably not as sought after a candidate because of what's happened this year with their offense. Not his fault, but that's probably they already got over 100 yards on the ground, Baddog.
Yeah.
Mariota play action, looking downfield, and he was in the there was a receiver there. Okay, incomplete.
Yep. Kuzan says you might have the worst inside linebacker playing in the league. We're going to fix that next year. We're going to draft Reese. Not that he's an inside linebacker, but we're going to draft him. We're going to re-sign McFadden cheap, and we're going to sign Nakobe Dean. I want Nakobe Dean on this team.
I'd be happy with him.
I want Nakobe Dean on this team. Not only do I think Nakobe Dean is a really good linebacker, take somebody from Philadelphia for a change. Without question. But you're right, Cruz. The inside linebacking play is disgusting. Okereke's falling off, and you're going to save $9 million by cutting him. He can't be back next year. He can't be back here.
So
big third down for the Giants. All you got to do is run if you're Washington. You should get this pretty easily. B-Rock says, bingo, I just hit 12-yard run on my shit-ass team bingo card. I wish I knew how to put a bingo card up. That would be fun. If I could have a
they surprisingly throw on 3rd and 6. Mariota buys time, throws, and no flags. So they'll have to settle for 3, incomplete.
Well, maybe the Giants can take a look at some film here and figure out how a kicker kicks the ball through the uprights. You got to study. RC Styles, welcome to the Dog Pound, my friend. Appreciate you. Where my Dog Pound members at? Welcome RC Styles into the kennel, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. Larry says, when Cox was fired, Jordan Renan asked a player about him being checked out. The response was, you think he was the only one checked out? We all are. That's
there has to be something more to it than just a plain thing. Like that was something that had to be going on throughout the year.
That's a penalty.
That's got to be a penalty on Carter, right? I mean, I mean, they declined it. And
I guess he didn't use leverage. Dude, that was awesome. I can't believe he didn't block that.
Yeah, that was a great play by Carter if it wasn't a penalty.
He must not have used him as leverage. He must have just jumped over him, which you can do. You can't push down on the guy. But he got over him so clean.
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy got that kick. Abdul Carter's been really close to blocking a lot of kicks this year.
I think he's going to have a big second year like Jason Pierre-Paul did. I really do.
Well, as long as he puts forth the work, man, he's going to be great. I'm not giving up on Abdul Carter. He's had a really good – I mean, the Giants suck, but he's actually played well. Donk on Box says Clint Kubiak or Chris Shula. I wouldn't be mad with either one of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd slightly lean Shula, but like Baddog said, I'd be happy with either one. But I do think they're going to go the more experienced route.
Yeah, I do too. I think you have to, honestly. I just like Chris said, just to kind of get back somebody to kind of get this under control and get it back to being, it's just like I said, winning football games, man. You got to win some football games.
Yeah,
you know, we don't win football games here. It's just bad. I don't know what to say, man. It's not good. It ain't good. You know, be good. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. That'd be good. Appreciate you guys and girls are masochists like we are. Appreciate you tuning in. Chris and I have done this a long time. And we have dealt with a lot of shitty football.
Yeah.
But Chris and I, one of these days, are going to bring you good Giants football. Before we die, like Chris says, we might be in diapers. Yeah. But before we go, we are going to we're going to bring you good Giants football. So
yeah, we may be in a hospital.
I won't be going to the bathroom. I'll be like, pee break number 2. I'm just sitting here and peeing in my Depends. By the time they're good again.
One day we'll be a Super Bowl contender again. Let's see. Then go root for the Jets. Stop crying. I don't know if he's talking to somebody in the chat. Oh, the Jets are no better. They're just as bad as we are. They might be worse than we are, which is crazy.
Oh, the Jets, they're awful. I mean, they have no direction.
Yeah.
At least I don't know if we're going in the right direction, but we have some direction.
Well, you have some hope to sell with a quarterback. The Jets don't have that.
No, they
will. They'll likely trade up for one in this draft, but
yeah, the Jets are.
But knowing their history, it won't work out.
No, it never does for them. I mean, they've had 3 top 5. They've had drafted a quarterback top 5 3 times in the last 15 years, and all of them sucked.
Yeah,
Arnold actually ended up being good, just not with the Jets.
Yeah, Sanchez was trash.
Wilson was trash.
Geno got better after the Jets let him go.
He wasn't a top 5 pick, though. I think
he was a second rounder.
Second rounder, yeah.
And the Giants will start with the 35 as that ball goes in the end zone.
Is that Debo? Who is that?
Not Debo.
Not Debo. Oh, Noah Brown. No, Tunsil's got a shoulder issue. That's actually a big loss for Washington. Not that it matters. I mean, you just keep running the football. Don't really matter who the hell is out there blocking. But they did have Eric Flowers. I was going to say they could have Eric Flowers and they could have McKeithen and Zudu, and it wouldn't matter. They'd still run for 300 yards against us.
Dart hands to Tracy. This is a big drive for the Giants if they want to stay in this game. They do start with the ball in the second half, so this is still well within this game. Gain of 5 on the first play for Tracy.
I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I mean, I do know what's going on. You fired Dable. The offense looks like shit, except for against Detroit. We actually look pretty decent. No, that was the game that got Bowen fired. But I don't know, man. The defense looked worse, which is almost impossible.
Handoff to Tracy out of the gun. He gets 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Since Bowen got fired, this team they've just mailed it in. I know Dart hasn't mailed it in, but this team's Randy, thank you. He says, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, buddy. I can't take another year of this misery. Praying to hire the right people this offseason. I know, man. We're with you, Randy. Trust me. Everybody in this chat it's brutal being a Giants fan.
And here's Dart out of the gun. He's going to hand off. and Tracy will get the 2 yards needed. He got 3, first down.
Like I said, this year the offensive line is made a major improvement. We've actually run the ball very effectively. I mean, no huge runs. It's not like we're averaging 60 yards a carry or anything. But they've been very effective. They've gotten a lot of gains like that, where it's 4 yards. I think they were 3rd in the league in rushing touchdowns. So
hand off to Tracy out of the gun, bounces off a tackle, spins forward for maybe 3.
And all 3 of our running backs, they all finish runs. Tracy runs hard, Singletary runs hard. Obviously, we know Scadaboo.
Speaking of Singletary, I don't think I've seen him yet today.
He returned the kick, but he hasn't been in the back.
Usually they would have used him by now. Here's Dart out of the gun. Man in motion, Theo Johnson. Dart drops back, double pumps, pressure, steps up, tries to run, get out of bounds, don't take a hit, and he's tackled down. There's a flag on the play.
That could be holding on the Giants. And when it's that long of a play, it could also be illegal contact or holding in the secondary. We'll see.
Yeah. And it is.
Yep, it is. When you're asked to cover for that long, good job of the offensive line, but that's usually going to happen. You can only cover those guys out there for so long. And good job by the line, and then a good job by Dart to extend the play. It makes it difficult on a defensive back.
Yeah.
Yep. So, DRL, thank you so much. Y'all wouldn't want to draft Jacob Rodriguez? I don't know much about him. Not in the first round.
Man in motion, Wandell. Play action. Dart drops back, checks it down. There's Singletary for the first time. He gets 2 on the pass.
2nd down and 8. I just realized now why I didn't say anything about it. The Giants are wearing their legacy uniform, which I love. They should be their regular uniforms.
I was wrong. I just checked the stat sheet. He did have 1 carry, Singletary, so that's a second touch.
But we haven't seen much of him at all. Dart's obviously struggled today, just 3 for 8, 42 yards.
So here we go. Giants still they're at the 41, so they're about 38 yards away from field goal range. Dart out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back, steps up. He's going to run with it and slide. He doesn't slide. He takes it back up to the 12.
He ain't sliding for shit. I was saying slide myself in my head, slide, and he got an extra 20 yards.
Big gain there by Dart all the way up to the 12.
When he got this first down, I'm like, all right, go down. And then he kept going. I'm like, okay, go down. And then he kept going. I'm right there. I'm like, go down.
Yeah, right there where I wanted to slide, but he does get an extra 5 or 6 yards from that point.
At least he didn't take a big hit there. You always kind of hold your breath when Dart's out there. Look at that.
12. Dart on the center, fakes the handoff, rolls out. He was looking for Bellinger, but he's well covered. Dart trying to buy time with his legs, and he'll just get rid of that one. Incomplete.
Boomer Sooner, thank you so much. Dart being told not to run has crippled the offense. Him going off script gave the 4 defense multiple dilemmas to defend not anymore. Well, we just saw him run there. Which again, you're right though. It's when Dart's off script, he's at his best.
Yeah.
I feel like, people want to compare him to quarterbacks, and we're not comparing him to Mahomes by any stretch of the imagination, but Mahomes is also a really good guy off script, and you kind of want that because in the NFL, a lot of times your stuff's going to break down on you, and you have to be able to make those plays off script, which is one thing I don't think Jalen Hurts is very good at.
And
I don't like that call at all there.
Yeah, they keep it on the RPO, and Dart decided to keep it. He maybe got a yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
I don't like that at all. I don't like an RPO running your quarterback between the tackles at the 10-yard line. Like I don't like that. If you're going to run an RPO, I would just run like a bootleg and have Jackson start rolling out to his right or left, where you give him a run pass, where he can run or pass. That's just I'm just going to run the ball. We'd be a 29-yard field goal from here. We're not really in comfortable range yet.
3rd and 10, and the Giants run it, and Tracy is going to get in for 6. Wow. Wow, I didn't see that coming. So Washington not prepared for that handoff, and the Giants take advantage, and they get in for a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Chris.
Stand up, New York Giants fans. 13-6.
I was going to say, Washington doing their best imitation of the New York Giants. They're down and 10. Let's not even try to tackle them. There's a missed tackle. There's another missed tackle. There's another missed tackle. There's another missed tackle. Washington's been watching the Giants play defense, and 13-7. Well, 13-6. I mean, you never know with our kicker.
And we'll see if they make the kick. They do. So
hey!
Wow.
Tyler Tracy. Yeah, the Giants have run the ball well this year. They've run the ball well. No.
The offense hasn't been the problem for the most part. It's
no,
not that we're saying it's world class, but it hasn't been the problem.
Agreed. New England's up on Buffalo 21-7. Baltimore's up on Cincinnati 7-0. Jacksonville up on the Jets 21-10. Kansas City up on the Chargers 10-3. Houston's beating Arizona 20-7. Chicago up 14-0 on Cleveland. Philadelphia blowing out Vegas like you knew they would. It is 17-0 there. That's also a team that is packed it in, which is why it'll be very interesting to see exactly what happens when the Giants and the Raiders meet in a couple weeks. Now I am going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right, that's 2 for Baddog. As I'm looking over the scoreboard, and that's a must-win game. Obviously, every game is a must-win game for the Chiefs the rest of the way. But even if they win out, they may not make the playoffs, which is crazy. Let's see. Enough with the Mendoza talk and Dart slander. Who's talking about Mendoza? We're not drafting Mendoza. No chance the Giants draft Mendoza. Let's see. This really is a tank poll, Blitz fan says. Feels like it. And appreciate you for being our Irish Rover. Hope you guys are having a happy holiday season, staying warm from this horrible weather. People in the chat keep mentioning Mendoza. Well, that's not happening. They could talk about him all they want. The Giants aren't drafting Mendoza.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening. Definitely not happening. You got your quarterback. You're going forward with him. I don't care who the GM is.
Yeah, he's going to be the quarterback for at least probably another 2 years at a minimum before we even entertain. He's played too good as a rookie for that not to be the case.
Yep. Mike, thank you, buddy. Commentary saying, how could the Giants call a quarterback run with all Dart's injuries? He has had one damn concussion. This narrative is completely insane. Well, I mean, he's had a concussion. He's also been checked out in the tent a number of times.
He had one. He had one concussion that kept him from playing, but he's been in the blue tent like 4 times this year.
Eagles game, he was in the tent. That was the one Dable got in trouble. He had another one, and then he kind of played with the concussion. So I don't know.
And kicks away. Commanders are going to field this from the 5. They'll take it out to the 20, to the 24. And I thought he fumbled it. If he did, he was able to get it back. It doesn't matter. It'll be Commanders' ball. 3:31 to go here in the second. Depends on who the GM is. I guess you can't completely rule it out. Yankee boy fly. Like if they bring in a new GM, anything's possible if they have the first pick. But I would be shocked if they went ahead and picked Mendoza. It's not like it's a class where Mendoza's a Andrew Luck type prospect at the quarterback position. So I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I would be too. I can't imagine them starting over with a quarterback when you already have a guy on a rookie deal. You're putting yourself behind the 8 ball immediately.
And there's a handoff. They pop it to the outside. There's going to be a hold, I think, on Commanders. It's probably coming back.
The other thing you could say, we've mentioned this before, when you start your rookie quarterback, you've now tied yourself to that guy. Yeah. If you're a GM, you could easily come in and have Dart for a couple of years and go, it's not my guy, and then move on.
I think that will be the – I mean, hopefully Dart is the guy.
Right.
At a bare minimum, Dart's going to be for the new GM what Daniel Jones was for Joe Shane. Yep. He was a quarterback that he was able to put out there for a few years as he built the team.
Bob, thank you, buddy. This is for Tano. Hope to see you do more live streams in the offseason. I miss your streams. We need a noonday stream and free agency starts.
Yeah, Bob, in the off season, I plan to try to do some more live streams for you guys for sure.
Let's see.
First, I just don't have it in me to talk about this team right now. It's just
no. I mean, like I said, we do those 2 shows a week, so we do talk about them a lot.
Mariota slides down as he gets 2. Good job by him because that looked like it could have been a 7 or 8 yard loss.
Yeah, we do talk about this team at nauseam.
So it'll be 2nd and 18.
I forgot when free agency is. I always take a week off in March. That'd be fun. We should live stream one together.
Yeah, I see Isaac say WFAN is. I couldn't agree more. I listen to WFAN every now and again when I'm out driving. It's not what it used to be.
It's awful.
It's not even close. It's not even close to what it used to be.
No, it's awful. I there should be content creators on WFAN. Honestly, they do a better job.
Shotgun for Mariota. Nowhere to go.
What a play by Carter. Dude, he is playing his ass off today.
3rd and a mile. Abdul Carter's having a hell of a game. Second
He
tackle
really
for
is.
loss. He's got a sack with the forced fumble.
Yep. He almost blocked the kick.
Abdul Carter's having a monster game.
I mean, he just crushed Tyler Biotish. Biotish had no shot. That's encouraging, man. This guy is way too talented to play like shit. There's just too much talent there. I'd love to see him get a sack right here.
You guys should go live for free agent. I don't even know if the Giants are going to be super active in free agency, but we'll. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to do it at least one day.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know when that is, but I always take a. It's usually it's always the exact week. I take a week off in February. It's always that week in March too. So,
yeah, I think with at least with my job, they make us do it like a quarter in advance, and those days are already booked.
Right.
But I could probably take a day off. I can't take like a week off.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know. March 11th, 2026. Oh, Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. Well, that's not the day. That's not the week I take my vacation, but I could take a day off. If we ever wanted to do that, I could just call in sick. I mean, I got 200 freaking sick days, and it ain't gonna matter. March 11th. It's the day I met my wife. It'll be 26 years at that point.
Nice.
I met her on March 11th of 2000. It's crazy.
That is crazy. 26 years.
Long freaking.
Probably half the people in this chat aren't as old as that.
No, God, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Crazy. I want to see what the hell. It's usually the 16th. Let's see, March 2026. Yeah, the 17th. That's the week I take off. The 17th to the 21st. So, but I could, like I said, if we ever wanted to do that on Wednesday, March 11th, or sorry, the 16th or the 20th, I take. If we ever wanted to do that, I could just call in. I used to do that anyway. Like when we would go up to the draft.
Yeah.
And we would, I would take a vacation that week, or I'd take days off and do those every day. Where are we? B-Rock, thank you, brother. You take a week off in March, Baddog. The Giants take a week off every season. Sure. Oh, that was right, because I do the 17th or the 16th or the 20th. I talked about it because I don't do 24-hour live streams anymore for charity. But I definitely was thinking about doing maybe like a 12-hour one that week during the NCAA tournament, because I'd have a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Obviously that's at 12 hours. I'd go from like noon to midnight and do something. So it's better than 24 hours. I could do 12 hours. That was something I talked about because I am off that week when they start.
12 hours. That's tough. 24 hours. I don't think
and they just kind of fizzled out. And the thing is, man, overnight, nobody's really there, but from 12 to 12, you're doing the NCAA tournament. I mean,
yeah.
That'll,
Well, that I sit on my couch and watch anyway if I'm off.
Right, correct. And I just call the games. That's all. We just raise some money for charity. I think that's what I'm going to do this year. See, the guys can be on the field. If you're Washington, you're probably running the ball here, I'm guessing.
3rd and 22, yeah. Or running pass, something like that. 3rd and 22, and they surprisingly didn't pick it up on the ground. They only got 7.
We're going to win this game, aren't we?
I think we are. I mean, if the Giants score, even if they get a field goal before the half, they're in a good spot because they start with the ball.
Right. John, thank you, buddy. He says, you can't tell Dart he's not allowed to run. He's a football player, for God's sake. He just has to be smarter. I totally agree.
Yeah, nobody's saying don't run at all, John. Be smarter. Jalen Hurts runs with the ball, but when you watch the Eagles games, he's smart. He doesn't take hits that he shouldn't be taking.
He's also a thicker guy. He's a thicker guy. But Mahomes is one that like gets extra yards. And Mahomes knows how to get down. He knows when to get out of bounds. He just has a good feel for when he's
Russ in his prime. Russ was great at that.
That's something Jackson Hart's got to get better, is feeling when he's going to get hit and getting down. And again, that comes with experience.
Punts away. Good. This is a good one. Giants are going to field this all the way back at the 28. And good coverage by the Commanders as well. But he's able to break a few tackles, and it won't matter. All the way back to the 25.
Boomer Sooner. Should the Maras hire a firm to find a head? We've talked about it. We need to hire a president of operations.
They need a Tom Coughlin type to come in and, I think assist with the head coaching search.
Liam, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you watching overseas. As he says, Kayvon's rookie coming out games against Washington. Seems the same for Carter. Carter's definitely had a very good half. Let's hope it continues.
This is by far his best game, I think.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Yep.
And here's Dart. Minute 40 to go here in the second.
Plenty of time for the Giants. 75 yards is nothing in a minute with a timeout in today's NFL.
Dart out of the gun, in trouble. Buys time, somehow got out of it, and he throws it out of bounds, incomplete. I think you run it here, bad though, because you also don't want to give the Commanders the ball back.
True, right?
And maybe you spring a big run like you did on the touchdown run.
Right, you run the ball pretty effectively.
Yeah.
See some those flakes coming down there.
Looks like it.
DB, thank you, man. What do you guys do for work? We both work for the state. Well, yeah, Chris is a federal employee.
I'm federal government, Baddog state government.
Yeah. So we're important people.
Start those now the Commanders will call a timeout, you would think.
Yeah. Now if you're the Giants, you run the football here on 3rd down and a mile.
And that's a bad sack because now the Commanders are going to get good field position.
Dart has really struggled today. Dart has struggled the last 2 games since coming off the concussion protocol. Not the same guy right now. Which again, I'm not gonna be worried about this shit because it's kind of the end of the year, and I don't want to say this is his first game with second game with Kafka's head coach, right? Because Kafka was not the head coach against Chicago.
This is the 3rd Kafka game, isn't it?
Yeah, but Dart didn't play the first one.
Oh,
right?
That's right. Yeah, Dart didn't play the first one. Yeah.
So this Dart Kafka shit ain't working.
3rd and 18. I mean, he was under immediate pressure there. Just
oh God, Luminar's having a bad game.
Oh my God, and a bad false start there. Now that's going to back the Giants all the way up to the 13.
Luminar's having a rough one today. He got beat on the sack. He got beat on a run earlier.
I would run it here, Baddog, because you're not going to pick up 23 yards. Make Washington.
Oh God, that's exactly what Washington did. It was the same spot.
Yeah, make them use their last time out here. Run the ball or call a very safe screen pass.
Should we quarterback sneak?
No, they're going to pass. It's a safe play over the middle to Wandell, who gets killed. He gets 3 yards. You might as well run.
Why are we even putting the ball in harm's way there, dude?
Yeah, you run the ball.
Ball gets deflected, or your receiver bats up in the air. You give up an interception down there. Like why? There's no point to that play call.
Yeah, it's a bad play
at all. There's no point to that. None.
So Washington does use their last time out, but they have more than enough time to get in field goal range because the Giants are all the way back at their own 15. Minute 20 to go.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it's been a problem with the Giants coaching staff the whole time. They have no feel for anything.
Do you think he'll be able to punt it more than 35 yards this time?
Hopefully. Hopefully.
And the punt's away. Yeah, I got like a running head start on that one. So he was able to get it all the way out to the 37. What? There's a flag on the play. We'll see if it's on the Giants, because if it's on the Giants, this is gonna be a touchdown. They gave up a punt return for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago too.
They did. Yeah, to New England. It was 94 yards. That's got to be Washington, right?
We'll see.
Washington's not celebrating.
Yeah, it's on. Oh, it's on the Giants. Oh my God! What was that? An illegal man upfield? What was that?
It was an illegal man down. How do you have an illegal man downfield when you're the freaking kicking team?
You know what I think did it? I'd have to see the replay, and I don't know what the broadcaster's saying because we're muted. The punter kind of like ran. He took like 4 steps forward like they do in college.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe that had something to do with why the Giants were upfield. I don't know. But it was like a weird, because he can't punt the ball regularly like a normal punter 50 yards without taking 9 steps and getting a running head start.
Ooh, this team is ass.
They missed the extra point. 19.
There's a big wind gust there that just took that ball to the freaking right.
7. Oh my God.
Oh man. Wow. That is hilarious.
Oh. Minute 05 to go.
God.
We'll see if the Giants can get some points before the half.
Oh. This is bad, bro. We are just wow. Terrible.
When's the last time we had a punt return for a touchdown? I know last year ISM had a kick return for a touchdown.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We've given up 2 in like 3 weeks.
And the funny thing is, man, we talk about how good our special teams have been all year, and now it's just awful. It's awful.
God.
It's terrible. Patriots crushing the Bills 24-7. I can see the Patriots beating the Bills twice in the regular season, and the Bills knocking them out of the playoffs.
Oh, is that what it was? We had too many men on the field? That's what the penalty was, Sky?
Oh, so we had too many men on the field. We had an extra guy, and what a terrible kick. There goes out of bounds.
So Giants.
We had an extra guy on the field, and we still couldn't stop him from returning it for a touchdown.
Oh my God.
Texans
so Giants will start with it at the 40 because of the bad kick by Washington. So now they got 1 timeout, good field position. We'll see if they get some points.
This is pretty bad. It's pretty. I don't even know what to say. Our team it's hilarious.
Dart is 5 of 12 for 46 yards. Ooh, it's been tough today.
That's what I'm saying. He's having a rough game. He has not played well the last 2 games.
Here's Dart out of the gun. He'll take the snap, drops back, has time, good protect. Oh,
wow. Dart is not. I don't know what he was expecting. It looked like miscommunication. But.
Dart, you can't blame that on miscommunication. You overthrew that ball by 4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, where's Theo supposed to go? I mean, Theo sat down. He was wide open. You got to make the throw.
Maybe it was the wind. Maybe it was the wind. I don't know. But
I don't know. Nobody's within 10 yards of him. You kind of got to complete that one.
2nd and 10. Dart takes the snap, drops back, throws a nice bullet over the middle. That's Slayton. Up to the 42.
That was a good. Why are they showing field goal range at the 41? That ain't our field goal range. Maybe you spot it, or maybe a 41-yard field goal. That was a really good throw by Dart there.
Great throw by Dart. They wasted a lot of time there, man. Look, they wasted 30 seconds getting to that ball. They should have spiked it. Dart pumps, checks it down to Wandell.
They got to take a timeout here, right?
Wandell will get to the 35, and they do. they should have spiked it though after that last one. They could have had at least another 10 seconds.
I still think right now you definitely, with 24 seconds, you definitely have the opportunity to throw something in the middle of the field, get 10, 15 yards, and then you can spike it. Yeah, it's not like you have 4 seconds or 10 seconds. Plenty of time.
So
everything's open. What you can't do is you can't take a sack. That you cannot do. You can't take a sack.
26 seconds. They give the Giants an extra 2 seconds after the timeout.
You can't take a sack if you're Jackson Dart.
No. Like you said, ideally you want to try to work the sideline so you could stop the clock and give yourself a shot at the end zone, but you could work the middle of the field and get in field goal range.
B-Rock, thank you. These Giants games are about 3 hours too long. Yeah, it's like a bad film. And you know the ending, and for some reason you just sit there and watch it.
2nd and 4, and here's Dart out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back, pressure, throws, and it's picked off. Washington's going to bring this to they might bring this back for all we know. To the 40, to the 45, to the 50. They're going to bring it back to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, all the way up to the 24-yard line. 10 seconds to go, and the Commanders are going to get
Oh, my God.
They may miss the field goal because it seems like this side of the field, the wind's bad, but
oh my God.
Already in field goal range.
I don't know what Dart saw here.
Let's see the replay.
He just tried to force it in.
Bad dog, and I'm not making an excuse for Dart because he hasn't played well today. That was a bad route by the receiver.
Yeah, it was.
It looked like he didn't complete his route. Of course,
I'll tell you.
Well, people, he sucked. Yep. I think that one's more on Hyatt.
He's gone.
1st and 10.
Why is Hyatt even out there?
He's awful.
He is. Awful. Yep.
From the 25, shotgun formation from Mariota. Takes the snap. And he heaves it towards the end zone, and nobody was open. He just gets rid of it. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt. They may miss this, though, because the Giants missed it going this way, and then Washington missed an extra point going this way. So this is probably the bad side of the field with the wind.
Freaking, what a disaster, man.
That's about as bad of a first half as we've played all year.
Yeah, maybe since the first time we played these guys.
We have a punt return for a touchdown, a crucial interception at the end of the quarter half, which is at least a 6-point swing if they make the field goal.
Yeah.
Snap, hold, kick is good. So 22-7.
Was that the final score of the first game he played?
It was right around there. I think it was right around there.
Thunder says, play Wilson the rest of the season. We suck. You know who doesn't suck? Sleeper. Want to give a big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring the Giants Commanders Tank Bowl. If you want to know what it's all about, Sleeper is the fastest growing app out there with almost 11 million users. You can play daily fantasy contests, college football, college basketball, NBA, and so much more. You can also play over-under on statistics, which is what I like to do. It is a lot of fun. You can win up to 1,000 times your cash as well. So check out Sleeper. They have 2 great promotions going right now. The first one is if you just click the link in the description, enter the promo code BADDOG, B-A-D-D-O-G, you'll get a 100% match deposit bonus up to $100 in your first deposit. And even cooler than that, if you don't have a Sleeper account, you want to try it out for free, all you got to do is click the link in the description. It's that easy. Open a brand new Sleeper account. They give you $20 just for opening a Sleeper account with no strings attached, no deposit required, no credit card, no debit card, no nothing. Just click the link, open an account, and try it out for free with a free $20. And if you like it and want to make a deposit, you're still eligible for the 100% match deposit bonus up to $100. So have some fun. Terms and conditions apply. Win some cash. Test your sports knowledge at Sleeper. Let's give you the stats for this game here, which we know is really good. Jackson Dart has had definitely his worst game as a starter. I would think, Chris. I don't think he's been worse than today.
Oh, he's been god awful today. Yeah.
He has not been good today.
He took a really bad sack deep in his own territory earlier. That the interception, which that's partially to blame on Hyatt, but the overthrown ball to on that Theo. He's been bad today.
Neither quarterback's lighting it up. I mean, Marcus Mariota's 5 of 11 for 80 yards. He's also lost a fumble. Oh no, he did not lose the fumble. That's right. We forced a couple. We haven't recovered it.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart is 7 for 16 for just 71 yards and an interception. He has not played well today. Washington has 107 yards on the ground and a touchdown on 21 carries. Giants have 75 yards on the ground on 12 carries and 1 touchdown. That's pretty much it. Abdul Carter has had a hell of a game, though, today. He's had a sack, a forced fumble. He has 6 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. He also almost blocked a field goal. He has played really well. Other than that, there's really nothing to talk about.
Carter by far the biggest highlight for the Giants.
Yeah. It's been really bad. I hope I got this one. Thunder said play Wilson the rest of the season.
They're not going to do that.
No, they won't.
If anything, they play Winston, but they're not going to do
that. Eric Novello says 4 teams have 2 first-round picks, and if we get the number 1 pick, trade, but they're definitely trading back. I can't see.
They'd be fools not to trade back if they have the number 1 pick.
What are they going to do with that? They trade back, get your draft capital.
The only way they don't trade back is if they were drafting a quarterback, which they're not going to do.
Right.
Yeah,
we're definitely not going to do that. Yuri, thank you, man. He says Joe Shane is getting fired, and the story put a stamp. But yeah, he's done. I think the last 2 games that they've been so uncompetitive, I think he is gone. Ronald says, "How are you getting a push?"
He's been so bad. He's been so bad. You want to talk about a whiff of a draft pick? Oh.
Yeah, that was a bad pick.
That Cowboys coach was right about him. Remember the video with the where he told me he couldn't run routes? He was right about him.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat saying this was on Dart. That wasn't on Hyatt. What the fuck game are you guys watching?
I mean, I'm not saying it was a great throw, but it looked
like I'm not defending Dart either, but I mean
Hyatt didn't complete his route. So yeah. I mean, I'd like to see it again.
What is this guy talking about? Inside shoulder. When you're running an in, you do throw it on your inside shoulder. If you throw it on the outside shoulder, you're throwing it behind him. What are you talking about? What is this guy talking about? I don't think these guys understand football.
Dart is figured out. I mean, I still like Dart. I still like Dart. I wasn't in love with the pick when we made it, but I've grown to like him. I'm not giving up on Dart because he's not playing great the last couple of weeks without any weapons whatsoever. In a new with a new, not a new play caller, but with a new head coach. I'm not going nuts. I'm excited to see Dart next year when you get Neighbors back, when you get hopefully a good head coach. We'll see.
Yeah. The throw was definitely not late either. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I'd like to see the play again, but my first impression when I saw the replay was it looked like Hyatt was lazy and didn't complete his route.
Yep, I agree. I don't think it wasn't good. I mean, he never finishes his route at all. But yeah, Dart has had a bad game. There's no denying that. V-Man, thank you. Sorry, guys, I'm rooting for you to lose out as a Jets fan so we can give you a boat haul so we can land at Fernando Mendoza, just being honest. Hopefully that does happen in the Jets and Giants. Maybe we both end up being good for a change. It'd be nice because we've both been asked for a decade. It's been bad, without question. It has been bad. A bad situation here with the Giants. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't. It helps out the stream. We're almost done with this year. We got 3 more of these things to go. We just enjoy seeing how we can lose. It's becoming more and more fun.
Yeah.
It's
tough.
It is. Yep.
Epic says any ball thrown in the direction of Hyde is generally a mistake. I agree. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't even be on the team anymore. Let's be real.
No, I don't even know why he's in there.
Like, what does he contribute? He doesn't contribute on special teams. He shouldn't even be on the team. Just cut that weight. Cut him.
Yeah.
I don't want him back here next year. I'll tell you that.
Yep. I don't either.
Is he's still under contract, right? It's his 4th year next year, right?
I think so. Because
get rid of him.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to even be on this team next year. Just cut him.
Yeah.
Just cut him. Yeah. I don't know.
John Elway had a horrible rookie season. The thing is, Dart has not had a horrible rookie season, especially when you factor in all the variables. Like, he's been without everybody. He's been without his number 1 wide receiver, his best running back, like
his number 2 wide receiver for a little bit this year too.
And overall, he's had a good rookie year. So yeah, I overall, I think you should be encouraged with Dart this year, not discouraged.
Yeah, agreed. He's had a rough couple of games over here to last.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that he's the franchise quarterback yet. Like, I got to see more before I'm willing to say that, but I definitely want to see more.
Tanking, says Kenneth. Yeah, well, I don't think we're tanking. I just think we're playing good Giants football here. We tank from the opening day with the way we play. So, Shadow Striker says, "Commies fan here. The fuck are you doing? I want Caleb Downs." What are you doing? We're playing the way we normally play. Like, what are you doing? I mean, that's the question. I mean, this is what we do every week. I mean, this is nothing new for us. We're playing Giants football. What are you doing? That's the question. Wilson has Hyatt is worse than a fucking accountant in football. I mean, he's
horrible.
He's really bad. Just really disappointed. I thought for sure he was going to be a good pick, and he horrible. Analysis, thank you, buddy. Which unit has sucked more today? The offense, defense, or special teams? Rank them.
I think you got to put
special teams
last because they gave a touchdown on a punt return,
and we missed a kick.
Yeah, and we missed a kick. Yeah, so
that's more the offense. I mean, God, can we just give them all the number 1 rank?
I'm gonna go.
Offense has been, but we've run the ball well.
I'm gonna go.
Defense is second worst. Offense server because we run the ball well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. If I had to grade it, special teams is a Z- on a scale of A to F. Defense is a Z, and offense is a Z+. So there you go.
There you go.
Reach an F. They've all been pitiful.
That's right. Zach, they remember 4 months. Here we are in the midst of a miserable season arguing about the quarterback. Sound familiar? Jones' success in Indy proves it's more than just quarterback fired, Joe. We're not getting rid of Dart. Jackson Dart's got to learn. Honestly, who cares right now? We're 2-11. He could throw 6 interceptions. I couldn't care less.
We're not getting rid of Jackson Dart. It's not happening.
I'll wait for Jackson Dart to have a full off season where he's the number 1 starter, where the Giants have a new head coach that's actually knows what the fuck he's doing and a new GM. And we'll take a look at Dart next year. I think we'll get a better feel of what he is next year as opposed to now. But the last 2 games, the last 6 quarters, he's not the quarterback that we've seen his first 2 games here. So
he's also coming back from an injury. So that can have something to do with it too.
Ronald says Hyatt rounded his route. Stutter took an extra step at the top, then stayed level. I could have picked it off. Any NFL cornerback is breaking it up. Well, I'm glad Ronald understands what the hell they saw there.
Ronald, maybe he got to see more, on Twitter, because I know they show different angles when you go on there with the old 22s. I don't know, but yeah, that was my first impression, especially the rounded off part. The route.
That's what I'm saying, though. When I said that, I said whenever you throw a ball to Hyatt, of course it's intercepted. He doesn't finish his route. People are like, that's on Dart's ass. Dart should throw it to his outside shoulder. Why would you ever throw the ball to the guy's outside shoulder when he's running an in route?
Yeah,
when that happens, that's usually intercepted, and that's in the quarterback.
You're supposed to anticipate that your receivers are supposed to run the correct route.
Correct. And he threw it in front of him. Yeah. So when people are like, and someone else said he threw it late, how is it late when it's in front of him?
Yeah.
He just doesn't fight. I mean, you got to fight for the fucking ball. No. I'm not saying I'm not absolving Dart of all blame on that, but that's not a good route. We know Jalen Hyatt, that was his weakness coming out of college, he wasn't a good route runner.
Yeah.
At all. Larry Legend, thank you, brother. According to more than one beat writer for the Giants, Shane doesn't want to release bad players like Hyatt because of the headlines it might create. He's more focused on optics than the team. Well, I'll tell you what, Larry, optics are terrible when you're 2-11, right?
Yeah.
Shane's really worried about that optic.
Yeah, sometimes, I understand that he doesn't want to give up on a guy that he traded up for in the third round, but sometimes you have to. They have to cut bait. They should cut bait with Evan Neal, too. He's useless. He's taking up a roster spot.
Yep.
He shouldn't be back next year.
Agreed. Definitely not.
He won't be back next year, but regardless, whether Shane's back or not, they're not going to extend him on the 5th year.
Laid back says, which team is most dysfunctional, the Jets, Giants, or Browns? Well, I'd say us. We have the worst record. So
past 10 years, we have a worse record than the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Jets are pretty dysfunctional too.
I'm still going to say over the last 10 years, the Jets have been more dysfunctional than us because at least we've made the playoffs twice, right?
True.
We made the playoffs twice. It's not really, a compliment to the Giants. It's just that the Jets somehow have been more dysfunctional than we have been. But
true. We've also had 4 GMs and how many head coaches and how many quarterbacks? Well, I haven't a lot of quarterbacks, I guess, but
the whole Aaron Rodgers thing was a disaster too with the Jets.
We all suck ass. Michael says, "Here's the advance payment for the rant videos." Priceless. I don't know how much I'm going to rant today, but Shizlo. But I appreciate it. The Giants are just shit. It's tough to watch them. Shizlo says, what happened to special teams that were good a few weeks ago? Maybe Mike Kafka sucks. By the way, again, if you guys don't know, we'll be live on this channel about 6 o'clock tonight. Giants Collective. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, subscribe. It's me, Chris, Adriana, and Anthony from Fireside Giants. We do that twice a week. So we always love all the comments we get, man. It's a lot of fun. The stream is a lot of fun, and we unfortunately have to talk about a really shitty team. But subscribe to it because the offseason will be very interesting. So we cover them in the offseason too because we are gluttons for punishment. And Giants will start with the football.
We'll see if Jackson Dart can get it together, but that was a rough first half, not just for him, but for the entire Giants team. So we'll see if they get something going here to start the second half.
Yeah.
Kicks away. That's a good one as he angled that right towards the sideline. And Banks will split the defenders, though. Oh, I thought he had something going there. He was able to get to the 33.
Yep. He's actually has not been bad at returning kicks.
No, he hasn't been. Flag on the play.
Well, of course. Can't have a positive play without a penalty.
Yep, it'll be on the Giants because I can already see in the background behind Jonathan Vilma's head, they're backing him up.
Yep. We do what we do. We do what we do. Boomer Sooner says new coach and GM, possibly they won't like Dart.
Anything possible, man. But I'm leaning they will roll with Dart.
Yeah.
Here's Dart out of the gun. He's going to roll out. Throws. That's caught. Pickup of about 5 by Darius Slayton.
Boomer Sooner, they may remember, he says this head coaching job is getting less and less appealing. I don't think so. I think it's okay. Again, Dart's obviously got a lot to prove, but how much are they really putting into this when it's this bad? Of course, you can say the same thing for the Commanders, too.
There's a good run. Pickup of about 11 on 2nd and 5, and the Giants have a first down.
They've run the ball well today.
Yeah, they have.
Nuggets says, what's with the Hyde fixation? Gives other a shot. I mean, Hyde hasn't really even played this year. And that was terrible. He's just not good. Yeah, Donk says Banks just tripped on air. That sums up our season. I think he got tripped up. I think a guy hit his leg.
I don't think it was air. I think there was some contact. Giants in the I formation from the 34. Dart will fake the handoff, drops back, steps up, looking downfield. Now he's going to roll out and try to run. He slides. I like to see that. There's a flag, though.
It's going to be holding. And again, when it lasts that long, that could be on either squad. Because when you're able to get some
And it's going to be on Washington, so that'll be an automatic first down, illegal contact.
When you're able to extend plays and they get good protection, again, it puts a lot of those guys in the secondary to hold down the receiver for that long. And not much there, Chris. I didn't see a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the flag, but yeah, it was there was some contact, but not egregious.
Yeah.
From the 46, dart out of the gun, man in motion's Wan'Dale. He'll take the snap, looks to the right, comes back left, sets up the screen to Theo Johnson. Theo's got grass for days, all the way up to the 29-yard line. A big gain there, and that was a good play call. That
was a good play call. You fake roll, or you don't fake. You roll out right, throw back to the left. The ball took forever to get to Theo Johnson. Jackson Dart put a little bit too much touch on that one.
Well, he had
but great catch there. Yeah, I guess he did have to get over the linebacker there, but Johnson, a great job holding that in. When Theo's caught the ball, he's actually been really good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just got to learn to catch the football. I mean, he can play.
1st and 10 after the big gain on the screen pass, all the way up to the 30-yard line. Man in motion.
It's Hodgins.
Dart under center. Takes the snap, play action, immediate pressure by Washington, but Dart's able to improvise, and he gets rid of it. Good coverage.
There's a lot of contact there, and I think there's more contact there than the Darius Slade. Well, there is nobody in that stadium. I just got a good look at that, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, well, I think it's the perfect storm, like you said, Baddog. Both teams are awful, so you're not going to get the visiting fans there, and the weather is just pitiful today.
Yeah, the fact there's no visiting fans there is a bit like when the Raiders play, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete
pass.
No,
do we go to Vegas, or are we at home for Vegas?
I think we're home, but I could be wrong on that.
No, we played the Cowboys the last week of the season. There's a good throw.
Dart throws to Wan'Dale over the middle. That's a gain of 11 and a first down up to the 18.
So if the Giants score here, do you go for 2? I mean, you're going to need a 2-point.
Yeah, I think I would. I would. Because then you know what you need. And like you're going to have to go for it anyway in the next touchdown.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, then you know, okay, I need a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah. I want to see Dart just pump one into the end zone here.
Dart takes the snap.
Tracy in a real route.
Throws to the right. What a play. Was he in? What a catch by Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York Giants.
He had him on a wheel route.
Stand up, New York Giant fans. Good throw by Dart, and even better catch by Tracy.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That was exactly what they wanted. They got Tracy out on the wheel route, one-on-one coverage. Dart put it up there. I mean, he's going to beat the linebacker every time. Great adjustment by Tyrone Tracy. And Dart put that exactly where it had to be, Chris. That's where you want to throw it to the outside shoulder. And that's exactly what he did in a touchdown for the Giants. And they're gonna take the extra point here.
I get it. I mean, I think their line of thinking is if they kick a field goal, it's still a touchdown. You know, if they don't, I mean,
it's only the third quarter too. So
I get it.
I wanted to take the over on this. MetLife Stadium. Thank you, buddy. At least you have Wan'Dale get 1,000 yards a season. They're going to have to – there's going to be some – well, that's the thing. If Joe Shane is in charge, Wan'Dale's probably coming back. If Joe Shane is not –
he's not coming back. Yeah.
I don't think –
I don't see a new GM coming in here and wanting to give Wan'Dale $17 million a year. I could be wrong.
I don't see it either.
Yeah.
It was a good throw. It was a good throw by Jackson.
Very good throw.
But – yep, so good. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see our rookie quarterback throwing touchdowns and, you know.
Christopher says, you think that ball was perfectly thrown? Where else was he supposed to throw it? Yeah. Yeah, I think that ball was perfectly thrown.
Yeah, where do you want him to throw
it? Wagner was all over him. Yeah, that was a great throw by Dart.
I don't know where he's supposed to throw it. I did.
He threw it. Yeah, and that was a great throw.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. People see different things, I guess. I don't know where the hell he's supposed to throw it. If you throw it inside, that's where you get into trouble. You're supposed to throw it to the outside shoulder there.
Yeah.
Dom says,
I didn't know if you were asking. Yeah, I think it was a great throw.
Yeah.
I think it was an even better catch, but it was a great throw.
Right.
Yeah.
Dom says, are we embracing the tank or trying to win? I never know what this team is going to do. Still, my team, no matter 0-17 or 17-0, go Big Blue. I'm with you, man. I never know what the hell we're doing either. Near to the Giants, that's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem.
And David says Tyrone may be offensive MVP for the Giants this year. I'm going to say Andrew Thomas is the offensive MVP for the Giants this year.
Yeah.
But Tyrone Tracy's played well, but it's got to be Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Like the offense without him is just pitiful.
Someone in the chat. I can see Wandale being a Chief next year. They like those type of guys.
Yeah, he's a good fit for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue Dart is offensive MVP too, if we're being honest, but I think I'd go Thomas.
Yeah. Well, I like seeing that. It was a good drive, good comeback there for the Giants.
I like that they use Tracy more in the passing game because he's a former receiver.
Right. And you get him on a wheel route against a linebacker, and it's
look at this. There's a block in the back. It's gonna come.
Yeah.
So Washington's gonna have this deep in their own territory after that flag. They're gonna have it like the 10.
Yeah. Patriots up on the Bills, 24-14. Ravens up 14-0 on the Bengals. Jaguars crushing the Jets, 31-10. Chiefs up 13-10 on the Chargers. Texans up on the Cardinals, 23-7. Bears and the Browns, 14-0. Eagles doing what you figured they would do against Vegas. They're up 24-0. Who the hell was it? Oh, Kenny Pickett, former Eagle, right?
Yep, Kenny Pickett.
So Eagle fans will be all up in arms talking about, Doug Jalen Hurts is elite. The Eagles beating the Raiders. And they'll be, all up in arms about it. The Eagles have a very soft schedule down the stretch. Outside of Buffalo, they got Washington twice, and they got the Raiders.
Yeah, so they won 3 out of 4.
Yes.
And here's Mariota. He's going to hand. And Dexter Lawrence in on the tackle. First time we've said his name today. They get about 4.
I just want to see Abdul Carter continue to play well. He had a really good first half. Ronald says every year injuries and talent, no roster stability. We are constantly starting street free agents on our team outperforming starters. Depth is bad. That's been the biggest knock on Joe Shane is a lack of depth, without question.
Play action. Mariota rolls out to the right, looks downfield. That was
hell of a grab by McLaurin.
All hands by McLaurin.
That's the first time we've called his name today.
I think it is, yeah. That was a great catch.
Yep. That was close, but Kafka's already wasted a challenge.
You can't risk the second challenge on that and waste the timeout in the second half. Mariota's going to hand.
I think Washington thought he might do it because they hurried to the line of scrimmage and didn't get much there.
Belton stuffs him, so no gain. 2nd and 10.
To thank Wandale going to get 1,000 receiving yards. Somebody else mentioned that. Yeah, he should. I mean, I thought Slayton was going to get 1,000 receiving yards this year, but Wandale's been the guy. Wandale's had a good year. Joe Shane's 2022 draft class is definitely stepped up this year. Flott and Wandale Robinson have been very good.
Yeah.
Both deserve to come back.
Play action for Mariota. Steps up. Again, pressure by Carter, but Mariota's able to get out of it this time as he slides down and he gets about 7.
Carter's all over the place today. This looks like the guy from Notre Dame. I'm sorry, the guy from Penn State. This is the guy we thought we were getting from Penn State.
Yeah, he's been a beast today.
This is what we want to see.
He's been the best player in the field today, both teams.
Yep. Without question. He's been really good.
9:30 to go here in the third. Commanders lead by 8. 3rd and 3.
Big third down.
Yeah, big third down. From the 36. Mariota just gets it off. Drops back, throws it up. Good coverage and batted away. Incomplete.
Great coverage by Drew Phillips. And that's not McLaurin, and that's one-on-one. Like he had safety up over the top, but that's a really good job by Drew Phillips. Obviously, his coverage skills have come into question. And it's just a good job. I would have liked to have seen him try to intercept that, though.
Yeah.
Instead of knocking it away. Like he literally went up to knock the ball away. I'd like to see him make a play on the ball. You know what I mean?
Be nice.
Got to pick it off. I'm being overly critical, I guess. It was a nice play, good coverage, but you'd like to see him try to make a play.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, Afghanistan actually just said, how about catching? So I'm not the only one.
Punts away. And it's a big punt. Back to the 10. Holland fields it there. Makes two men miss, and he goes down to the 19.
All right, let me go potty again, and I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. Wandell drew Kentucky guys. How about catch it? Yeah, I agree. I agree with Baddog on that, actually. It was a good play, and I get that you just want to get off the field and get the ball, and you don't want to run the risk of him catching it. But, yeah, I agree. You should have tried to make a play on that. Let's see. Phillips' arm was graded. He only had one arm. Tree said, well, yeah, we couldn't see the angle, Tree, because that's what I was thinking too, that he might have been holding Phillips' other arm, but I couldn't tell from that angle. I don't know if Phillips more so was just had his arm on him, or it's possible he might have been holding his other hand. We couldn't really tell from that angle.
Yeah, I just saw Phillips go up in the air and just like push it with his hand. He never like opened his hands to try to catch it. Just looked like he was trying to knock it away there. I don't know, but it was good coverage without question.
And I see no net says anybody. They showed the commercial for the new avatar. Anybody excited for the new avatar? Maybe I'm in the minority, and I know Bad Dog probably hasn't seen it, but maybe I'm in the minority. I don't really like Avatar. I didn't love the first Avatar. I didn't love the second Avatar. I know it's made more money than any movie in the history of movies, but I don't know. I'm not a big Avatar guy, so no, I'm not really excited about it. I do love the ride though at the Animal Kingdom.
My kid's not a big fan of the Avatar, and they had to wait a long time for that Avatar ride. He said it wasn't more, but I mean they waited like 2.5 hours. Jesus, Jalen Hurts. Well, the Eagles are up 30-0. I mean, Jalen Hurts, of course, going to have a good game against them. But again, we'll have to listen to how elite he is and all this other shit. Eagle fans just don't understand the game of football. I don't know what else to say. They really don't. Well, Dallas Goedert's having a huge. He got 22 points. You have to start him over Travis Kelce when we play next week. I got to bye this week. We're on pace to score 147 points, which would be the most in the league. One thing about our team is we've never had a really huge week. Like I think the most we had in a week is 163 points, but we're very consistent outside of the last week because Jones got hurt. They had 2 points for Jones and no points for Hurts. We had to end up scoring like 93 points. That was the worst we've been all year, but we're usually between 125 and 150 every week.
That's good. That's good to get the dud out of the way, though, when it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's a handoff to Tracy out of the gun, and they'll pick up probably 5. Tracy's had a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 8:50 to go here in the third. Giants right back in this football game.
Yeah, they are. And again, you just want to see Dart continue to build off that drive that he had last time. Nuggets into that 1 second.
And a bad false start here by the Giants. I think it was Tracy. You don't see that a lot.
No. Nuggets says, I believe Phillips will be good with coaching. I mean, he can tackle. I mean, he's definitely good at that. Look at the Bills coming back.
Coming all the way back. Wow. They were down 21-0.
They were down 24-7 too. Yeah. Yes. Rich Rod says, we better lose out. I want a ransom for the #1 pick. Lose.
Here's Dart.
I can't argue with people that want him to lose. Look like Thomas there.
Commanders show blitz. Man in motion, Johnson. He'll take the snap. The Commanders come with 4. Dart steps up, buys time. Dart's going to take off and run, and he gets tackled for a gain of 5.
Van Roten got killed right away. Dart had no shot there.
So 3rd and 5.
I really like Dart. I just wish we had something to play for. Like, these games are just so meaningless. I hate that we have so many meaningless football games. You know what I mean? It
sucks.
It freaking sucks.
And here we are, 3rd and 4.5 for the Giants after the 5-yard run by Dart. Dart takes the snap, drops back. Commanders bring 4, throws. You got to catch that. Come on, man. Darius Slayton gets paid $12 million a year. You have to catch that.
Yeah, again, I mean, this is a good throw. I mean, the ball's right there. I mean, dude, you can't throw it better. You put the ball in a great spot. You lead him, and he can't hang on to the ball.
He has been awful this year.
I mean, what a disaster Slayton's been this year. Well, and I'm blaming you because it all started when you said Malik Neighbors was good, and he got mad. It's your fault. It's just hilarious how he got pissed off at you just talking about how good Malik Neighbors is, and he's been shit.
Punts away. Commanders are going to field this from the 28, and they'll get tackled down at about the 35, halfway through the 3rd quarter. Yeah, Jason says let's blame Dart on that too. Yeah, I think I put that throw more on Dart. He should have eased the ball. He should have
thrown it to his outside shoulder.
He should have eased the ball a little bit better into both of Darius Slayton's hands.
Listen, I'm not absolving Dart of all blame on the interception by any stretch of the imagination, but to think that was all on Jackson Dart tells me you don't know what the hell you're looking at. Oh, that's Twitter, though. Twitter's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't really throw it much better than that if you're Jackson Dart. I don't know what else you want from the guy. I guess he should have ran up and handed it to him.
Yeah.
You know?
God, Darius Slayton is so bad.
Yeah,
I can't believe I thought that was a good signing when they made it.
Yep. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. That would certainly help. We only got a couple more games to go this year. And depending on how this one turns out, I don't think we're beating Minnesota next week. And we got Raiders and Giants. That'll be for the number 1 pick in the draft. So, because, I mean, depending on what the Cowboys do, they might have an outside shot at making the postseason.
Oh, God. These comments just make me laugh, Baddog.
Oh, I'm not even looking at them right now.
The chat say always trash a black player. Yeah, because the skin color has something to do with a wide receiver dropping a pass.
I didn't hear it. What the hell did he say?
I hope it's probably a sarcastic comment. I hope.
What'd they say?
Always trash a black player. I mean, the guy dropped the ball. I don't care if he's white, black, Spanish. I don't give a shit. He dropped the ball.
Yeah. People are just fucking ignorant. That's really all it is. I mean, I'd hate to live my life like that. I'd hate to live my life being that fucking ignorant. It's got to suck. Your life's got to be absolutely meaningless and just sad. Toasty says, who's your most hated NFC East players of all time? I fucking hated Emmitt Smith. That's right up. Brian Dawkins, Deshaun Jackson.
That was gonna be my. All right, for me, it's 2 Eagles. And it's not because they're black. It's either Dawkins, but I think the guy who gets the slight edge for me is Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah,
I hated Deshaun Jackson. So I'm gonna go with Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I hated him. B-Rock says, come on, it's Dart's fault. He didn't send Hyatt a telepathic message. It's always Dart's fault. People with that shit.
7:22 to go here. From the 36, pistol formation. Mariota takes the snap. He's going to hand out of the gun. Pick up of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah. There's a look. I mean, you can see the Cowboys are like they're right. Well, actually, they're not right there. Shit. The NFC is 9-4. I guess it's not going to matter. That last game will not matter. Cowboys have to win out. They'd be 9-6-1. I mean, they can't. Or I'm sorry, they could be 10-6-1.
I'm gonna tell you what, Baddog. Shanahan should win Coach of the Year. How the hell are they?
That team, I know.
How are they 9-4? There's a handoff off the left side. They pick up 3. Kittle's missed like at least 3 or 4 games this year. They had Mac Jones starting at quarterback for like 4 or 5 games. Fred Warner's been out for the year. Bosa's been out.
McCaffrey's been healthy. I guess that's a big plus.
But how are they 9-4? And they play in the same division with the Seahawks, who have been really good this year. The Rams.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're in the best division of football. Shanahan's right up there.
Yeah.
Chris says if Stefanski's fired from the Browns, is he in play to be the next coach for the job? I don't think so.
All I need to know about Stefanski, Chris, is this. I'll say it in a second. Mariota drops back out of the gun, immediate pressure by the Giants, and they're going to have to punt incomplete.
Was it Carter again? Who got that pressure?
I think it was Okereke, but it might have been Carter. It came from the middle. It might have been Carter because Carter was lined up in the middle. Yeah, it was Okereke. Yeah.
That's the thing. You got to get him down on the ground. I mean, it was an incompletion, but shit.
But here's what all I need to know about Stefanski. He told Browns fans like 4 weeks ago that, or 5, whatever it was, that what's the name of their quarterback?
Dylan Gabriel.
That Dylan Gabriel was better than Shedeur Sanders. So I don't want Stefanski to be the Giants coach. Dylan Gabriel is
not better than Shedeur Sanders. He's ass. Yeah, he's pretty bad. Not as bad as McCarthy, but he's not.
I think he's worse than McCarthy. Dylan Gabriel.
I don't know, man. McCarthy.
I know McCarthy's stats.
Who are the Browns throwing to?
Gabriel can't. I mean, when I watched some of those games, Gabriel can't throw the ball.
He can't. This is why he had. I didn't understand. Well, he played at Oklahoma, and I was like, Dylan Gabriel's not a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
And then he just went to Oregon. He's in a perfect situation. Oregon's a good team, but Gabriel's not. I don't know why they drafted Gabriel over for Shedeur Sanders. That made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Mr. Sky says it's Dart's fault. He was supposed to throw a pillow at Slade. Love letter first and then throw the football. Of course. That's crazy. I'm so disappointed in Slayton. I thought he was poised to have such a big year this year, man. And he just hasn't had a good year at all.
Yeah, I would say I was gonna say he's been the most disappointing Giant this year, but no, I'm gonna take that back. It's got to be somebody on the defense. It's either Dexter or I'm not gonna say Carter because he's a rookie. So I would say I think Dexter's been the Giants' most disappointing. When you factor in what you should expect from him,
yeah.
I think he's been the most disappointing Giant this year, Dexter Lawrence.
Yep.
And it might be a lot of that having to do with recovering from the injury.
Karen says, do 2 young men have a permit to be doing this? Doing what?
Karen, I'll have to check back with you. I'm going to have to check in with the FBI after the game and see if we can.
Right. I don't know. We're not having a garage sale. I don't know what the Giants might have a fire sale at the end of the year, but we're not doing a garage sale. I don't know. 2 lousy teams going out of here in MetLife Stadium in December. Typical Giants Commanders crap. We're both at the bottom of the freaking division and the bottom of the NFL, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
This Chargers Chiefs game is worth watching. Yeah, I really thought the Chiefs were going to win that game rather easily today, just because they need that game. I'm surprised that game's relatively close.
Yep, come back. Parquet Slayton. Somebody said it's not butter parquet. Butter parquet.
And here we go. Giants are going to start with a deep in their own territory, but still only down 8. Commanders kind of just letting the Giants hang around.
Yeah. That's kind of what we did for the first game we played them. Same thing.
From the 13, Dart's going to pitch it. Good push by the Giants line this time, and Singletary's going to get. Look at this push. Gets another 2 yards. He'll get 8.
Bellinger, man, great chip block there down at the beginning, and then obviously got back up the push as well.
Most ever by a Giant
Total touchdowns, yeah.
Now that I'm assuming that was rookie year specific, right? It wasn't.
Yeah. Or first career 8 starts.
First career. Okay. And here's Dart under center, 2nd and 2 from the 21. And they will fake the handoff this time. Dart rolls out, throws, caught down the field, all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Hey! Good job, Darius. You made a catch.
Jackson was there, put a little more.
Yeah, he had to just he threw a pillow at him that time and was able to make the catch.
1st and 10 from the 31. Shotgun for Dart. 4:53 to go here in the 3rd. Empty backfield, 5 wide.
Let's see what we got here.
Interesting, they're going with the empty backfield here.
Yeah.
Washington only sends 3, and now Dart's going to take off and run with it. He dives forward for about 5.
Now, is he down where he was touched? Because he went head first.
They ruled him down where he started the slide, not where he was.
Okay, usually it's if they go feet first.
Yeah,
he went head first.
Maybe they thought they got contact when he first, because it was
maybe he got 5 yards.
So 2nd and 5 here for Dart after the 5-yard pickup from the 36. Singletary to his right, and he'll give to Singletary. Singletary is able to cut it up the middle for 2.5. It'll be 3rd and short.
Hey, Washington's trying to rip that ball. Big 3rd down here for the Giants.
I'd run it, Baddog, because if you get a yard, I'm going for it. I'd run it.
I would too.
Maybe with Dart, you could use Dart if you want to, but I think I'd run it here.
Yeah, I mean, you can run an RPO here on 3rd down and 3, give them the run pass option. Jacksonville's all over the Jets, 38-13. Baltimore up 17-0 on Cincinnati. Chiefs and Chargers tied at 13 apiece. Houston up 30-13. Chicago up 21-3. And the Raiders, Philly up 31-0.
And they will run it with Singletary, and he's going to be about a half-yard short, so they're going to go.
You're going for this.
Yeah, that's why
I would imagine it'll just be a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
At this point.
I like that call.
Couple really good games in the afternoon, man. Indianapolis, well, I don't know how good that's going to be, but Phillip Rivers, that'll be interesting. Green Bay and Denver, that is a good game.
That's the game of the day. Well, the Lions game too. The Lions Rams.
Yep, Lions Rams.
Wow, they gave him a bad spot bet. That looks like a full yard. I thought he was closer than that.
They're knocking a quarterback sneak here.
Man in motion. They're going to throw.
He's got him. He didn't throw it.
Dart still looking, and he'll check it down. He's got Bellinger. Bellinger to the 50, and he's tackled down at the 49. Big gain there by the Giants.
It looked like he had a guy, but I couldn't see the safety, so maybe there was a safety over the top there. Somebody looked like they broke open in the left. Dart obviously saw something he didn't like. Great job of the offensive line.
Fantastic.
Again, Dart had all day to locate. Bellinger just sat down in the zone there, and Dart was able to hit him for a big conversion.
So now the Giants across midfield. Giants offensive line has played really well this year.
It has, man. That's one of the bright spots.
1st and 10. Dart takes the snap, fakes the handoff, hits Bellinger again. Bellinger down out of bounds at the 36. Giants starting to move.
Dude, I see so many teams do that against us. And I'm like, why don't we do shit like that? It's so easy, and they're giving it to you. And Dart, after that interception, starting to cook a little bit here. Avery says, how's Koo still on the run? Well, I mean, you don't want to sign a bunch of kickers. I mean, I don't know how many kickers are available, but why is Gano on the roster is the better question. He'll be going next year.
Yeah, because Gano sucked, and the Irish kid that we had.
Same play.
And the same exact play, and it worked again for another 11 yards up to Bellinger. Bellinger's made the last 3 catches. I'll
tell you what, it's definitely setting up where you can fake the ball to Bellinger and throw it back to the right probably and get a big gain. But that was the same exact play. The same exact play.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. Yep, there you go, Chris. You're right. 3rd straight reception for Daniel Bellinger. Darts definitely like to use the tight ends this year in the passing game.
Pistol formation here for the Giants, having a really good drive here from the 25. Washington crowds the line. They'll try to run it. And it'll work. They get 5 out of it.
Yep. Good run by Tyrone Tracy.
2nd and 5. Giants will have to run one more play before the end of the quarter.
And a little extracurricular there between Van Roten and somebody.
Don't get some stupid penalty here. Oh, God, they did. That's a drive killer, man.
Yeah, because now it's going to be 2nd and 20, right?
Oh.
Schmitz. John Michael Schmitz.
15-yard penalty. That's going to be
now, again, it's not like you got the first down and you get pushed back 15 yards. It's 2nd and 5. Let's take a look at what happened here. I know they didn't call a flag on that.
What the hell? If anything,
there's no way. There must have been something else that we missed.
Harris should have got hit with the flag on Washington. He grabbed the guy by his face mask.
Dude, there's no way they called unnecessary roughness on him on that.
Are you kidding me?
That is what the fuck? How soft?
Here's Dart out of the gun, drops back. Dart heaves it up. He's got a man open. Oh, he dropped it. It was a tough play. I'm going to be fair to Slayton, but he got to hold on to it. 3rd and 20.
Ball kind of hung up there, but the ball's right there. Bro, come on, man. What the fuck are we doing? Come on, man. What are we doing?
Oh my God. Darius Slayton is so bad. He had the drop touchdown in the game I went to too against against the 49ers.
He's terrible, man. Come on. Come on, man.
Get this guy some real receivers next year, please.
Holy shit. I mean, no, I guess he put in a bad spot. I don't know what to say. Start's fault, right? Second huge drop by Slayton. Touchdown.
It would have been a really good catch. I'm going to be completely fair to Slayton. Like, he had to readjust a little bit, and it was a blindsided catch, but it hit both hands, Baddog. You have to catch it.
You're an NFL receiver.
You have to catch it.
Got to catch it. You know, sometimes your receivers got to make plays for you, too. Yeah. And that ball's there. It's got to be caught. It's got to be caught. Ronald says, it's been 6 years since you repleted a working play. Well, maybe we're going in the right direction. I just can't believe that, man. God almighty, bro. Come on, dude. Like, you got to make a catch. When it hits when the ball hits you in both hands, you have to hang on to the ball. 3rd and 20. And the field goal range should be 52 yards from here. So you try to get half of this.
Yeah, you need to get 10 yards to be confident with the field goal, and that's why they're going to run it. And they didn't get it. They only got 2, so now it's going to be a 50-yard field goal.
Why are we running that play? Like, why don't you run the same thing you did to Bellinger a couple times, or a screen pass and a tight end? Or why are we running?
Well, here's my question. Like, why even run a play at all before the end of the quarter? Why not try?
The clock stopped because the incompletion.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah, but what is that play? Like, why you're not going to get 20 yards? I get it, but you want to get 10.
I don't mind the run there, but if you're going to run, you got to get at least 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, I don't.
If you like the cover and you think you're going to have an opportunity to call a draw play to get 8 yards, I'm okay with that to give yourself a more reasonable field goal. But
I would have liked to have seen Dart throw that one.
Yeah, I agree. I would have preferred the pass. I agree.
I haven't eaten today, so see that Taco Bell commercial made me hungry. And I've eaten Taco Bell like once in the last 6 years, and it wasn't any good that time.
I've never been a big Taco Bell person. The only time I used to get Taco Bell is when I'd go out to bars late at night. You know, when I was
because they were open at 2 in the morning. That's when I would go to Denny's.
You go to the diners or Denny's, yeah.
But
Denny's don't last on Long Island. Denny's don't last on Long Island. They tried to open 2 here, but because we have really good diners, nobody goes to them.
Nobody really goes to Denny's around here either. I think there's one left. I didn't even know it was still in business. But there's too many good diners around. Even in upstate New York, there's good diners. But Yeah, man, I don't know. I used to like it when I was younger, but I don't know, my taste buds change. The only thing I like that they have there, I say it all the time, they have a really good breakfast crunch wrap. But most of the time I go there whenever, and it's not like I go there often. It's rare that I ever go to Taco Bell. The last couple of times I went there to get those, they're like, we don't have any eggs. We don't have any hash browns or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? How do you not have eggs if you're going to open for breakfast? The last time I got it, I remember it was snowing like a bitch here. We didn't want to send somebody out like on an Uber or whatever, not an Uber, DoorDash, whatever. And my wife's like, go get it. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll shovel the driveway if you want to go get it. Or I'm like, but you can shovel the driveway and I'll go get it. She's like, I'll shovel the driveway. And it was terrible. Like, it wasn't any good. Like, I never crave it. I'm like, I just kind of want it. And then I got it. Like, it's like no flavor.
It's kind of like Domino's pizza. Like, every once in a while, you like, at least I like, even though I know it's not great pizza, I just crave like shitty pizza.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Taco Bell is. Every once in a while, you crave shitty Mexican.
Same thing at McDonald's. Like, once in a while, I crave a double cheeseburger, and I'm like, yeah, this is really bad.
Yeah.
When I was my son's age, it was the best thing ever. Oh God, here we go.
Here's
is he gonna get blocked or is he gonna miss it? What's gonna happen here?
I'm actually gonna predict he makes this one.
Oh,
law of averages. Nope, I'm dead wrong. Oh my God, Koo didn't even hit the net. He didn't even hit the net. Like the net extends like 5-6 yards to either side. Oh man, that had the distance, bad dog. That looked like it landed like at the back of the end zone. That was wide. It was short. He is awful. Yeah, it would have been short anyway.
It might have reached. Yeah, there you go, Danny. All right. Good job. Dan Quinn's happy about it. NPB, Slippery Slayton, Dumho Koo, the pit of misery. Wow.
They got to draft the kicker.
I told you. Tate Sandell. I told you.
First and 10 here for Washington at their own 40 after another Koo miss. And Mariota will fake the handoff, steps up in the pocket, throws on the run, got a man downfield. That's caught at the 43 for Debo. Still pushing forward up to the 41. And this is going to be the nail in the coffin, it feels like.
It's bad. It is bad.
So Koo's left, 6 points on the field?
Yep.
Special teams, why are we losing this game? We gave up a punt return for a touchdown and 6 points left on the field by our kicker.
I'm surprised he made the extra points.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest.
Here's Mariota under center, I formation. And
weird.
That looked like we were offside.
I don't know what that was.
Maybe Washington flinched, but I don't know.
Boomer Sooner, thank you. 34 drops for Slayton since being drafted is insane.
And that's a full start. Well, people forget because we won the game, but Slayton almost cost us a playoff game against Minnesota. Remember, he had that really bad.
Luckily, Barkley brought us back in that one, but he had a
really bad drop in that game.
Yeah. DB, thank you. Have you ever been to Imperial Diner in Freeport? I don't live anywhere near there.
I have, DB. I don't think I've ever eaten there. I do Uber every now and again, and I have gotten a few pickups from there, DB.
Yeah. I don't live anywhere close to there, so can't say I have.
The diner that I go to by me is Embassy Diner.
Yeah.
And here's Mariota. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be on Washington. It's going to back them up 5 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 20. So 2 bad penalties here by Washington.
Yeah. One of my favorite diners is called the Ugly Rooster. It's a good one.
The Ugly Rooster?
Yeah, it's good stuff. There's another one called the Iron Roost. That is really good, man. You go to the Iron Roost, and you usually got to wait, and they're only open for breakfast. It's really good, though, man. It's one of my favorite places to go. But you just got to wait a long time. It's like hard to get in there, but Iron Roost is really good.
And here's Mariota, play action, drops back, Throws over the middle. Wide. Oh, my God. What the hell was that? McLaurin was so...
And then they can't make the tackle on top of it.
A touchdown. They hit the no-name tight end up the seam earlier when he was wide. Where's the coverage on this?
Even better than that. Look at Belton gets turned around the wrong way. Phillips is nowhere close. Missed a tackle. I'm sorry, that's a Debo. Miss the tackle.
Oh, my God.
Wow. The tank is on. Yeah, the tank is on.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Snap, hold, kick is good. I don't hear any arguments for Joe Shane staying. This defense is pitiful. He's been able to build this defense for 4 years. This defense is ass. And there's no major injuries to this defense, by the way.
No.
And they're going up against a backup quarterback. Joe Shane's gone.
That's hilarious.
Pitiful.
That was funny. Oh. Kobe, thank you. Slayton always, quote unquote, get injured and when he drops the ball. Yeah. Well, Slayton, just everything sucks. Dunk says, embrace the tank. Oh, we're embracing it. Agor says, love you guys. Shout out for the movie. I don't know what that is.
I guess that's the movie coming out. 3 the movie. I have not seen the trailer to that, so I'm a big movie guy, but I haven't heard of that one.
This is my take as well, Konski. There's no tank. We just suck. Like I said, we just got to play Giants football. We'll lose.
Yeah, we're not tanking. We're just not good.
This is just we're just losing. I mean, it's just the way the Giants play. That's just the way it is. This is just the way they go.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that, Barry. The new Anaconda's coming out. That actually looks funny. It's like a parody. It looks funny.
Yep. Well, then you got another guy on here that says better than because I said Slayton is ass butter, and somebody said better than resigning Barkley though. I don't know what you're. I never understand Twitter. Twitter is a weird. It's a weird. It's a weird. It's a weird dynamic. Gemini says, "Thank God the season's almost over. Hallelujah."
Yeah.
Not almost over enough. Chris and Baddog's intern says, according to our GM, we're close. He's close to being out the door.
Yeah, we're not close.
Boomer Sooner says defense needs a culture shift. Trade Dex 1,000%.
I don't want to trade Dex. I get why he's been disappointing this year, and I get it. I think it's the injury thing personally. I think he's too good of a player to fall off like this year. I think it's got to be the injury.
The Giants are just total. It's just a joke. Kenneth says, I told you, tank is on. Again, Kenneth, we're not tanking. This is just the way we play every week, bro. If we're tanking, we tank since the opening week. Zach Attack, are we understand? Yeah, I understand the question. We understand your questions. Terrible. B-Rock, Dago, I hope the Maras see that. There are only 4 fans of the game. In all honesty, I have never seen MetLife so empty, pitiful. I have, but it's usually with the Jets.
Giants are going to go this from the 5. It's Deontay Banks, and he'll go down to the 33.
The reason it looks so empty is because there's no Commander fans there. Normally it looks full this time of year because it's opposing fans. You know,
yeah.
No Void says ownership knows these are all Joe Shane signings and draft picks. Don't see him surviving this. All these players are pathetic. What GMs are out there? We're going to find out, man. We're going to find out because Joe Shane's not keeping his job.
No.
Ever since his press conference, which was abhorrent and embarrassing, the Giants have been worse than they normally were.
Man in motion, Darius Slayton. Dart will take the snap out of the gun, play action, drops back, throws. He's going to hit Tyrone Tracy. Tracy makes a man miss, and he'll go down to the 40. Tracy continues to add to his strong day.
Chislo says, so happy I'm going to go make snow angels in the snow.
Just don't eat Yellowstone.
That's right. Mr. Sky says, say with me, clown show. Clown show. Oh, it's a clown show. It is a full 3-ring circus over here, bro. Yeah, Joe Shane's gone, man. This
Dart's going to pitch to Tracy. Tracy makes a man miss, cuts it back up the middle, picks up about 9 or 10 up the midfield.
I want to say I feel for Mike Kopka, but I don't really. He's not going to get a head coaching job. After watching what he's doing with this team, I mean, he may, but because people might say the Giants are just terrible, but my God, they've looked awful under him, man.
He's not going to get a head coaching job. The team looked promising his first game against Detroit, but not since.
Right.
He'll probably get an OC job for sure, but not a head coaching job. Here's Dart, empty backfield from the 49. Drops back, has time, throws it deep. He's got him. Caught all the way up to the 10-yard line is Theo Johnson.
That's a play the Giants ran millions of times. Well, not millions, but dozens of times. When I was younger, tight end up the seam. I don't know why they don't do it more often. But like I said, man, Theo has definitely had problems with his drops. But he has really become a really good offensive threat. And you see him, he can go up the field, down the field. I mean, good coverage, the hands in there. Theo did a good job of just ripping that ball away and securing the catch for a big play. And Jackson North put that ball right there again.
First and goal at the 9 after the huge gain. Here's Dart out of the gun. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out, throws towards the corner. And it looked like there was pass interference.
Should have been a flag there. Shit. I mean, he was getting pulled down when he was trying to make the catch.
And there is
the flag. So Dart Eagles Kerry Collins' arm with Daniel Jones' ability. He's got some talent.
I wouldn't say
Kerry Collins had a howitzer, though. I don't know if Dart's arms.
No disrespect to Dart, but Kerry, like you said, Beto, Kerry Collins had a monster of an arm.
He did. But I'll tell you what, Coach Goodman, he has talent. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's got the talent to be a really good NFL quarterback, especially with good coaching. He's got to stay healthy. You know, he's got to avoid those big hits. He should run it in here though.
And here's Dart. He fakes the pit, and he smart. I like that. Wisely goes down rather than
there's nothing there.
Yeah. So 2nd and 2 as Dart avoids a hit.
Washington was not fooled at all.
He's limping a little bit.
Yeah.
Even when he tries to avoid a hit.
I wonder if that's why he went down.
Good point. That is probably why he went down. That's great. Is there ever a game where he doesn't have to get looked at by a doctor? Well, they see. Oh, his head got bent back.
It looked like he grabbed at his.
Yeah, grabbing towards his hip or something.
Yeah. Like I said, they should just run it in here, man. I don't know what they're. I don't understand. If you're gonna do something here, you quarterback sneak.
Oh,
I just don't understand. Whatever. I'm just a fucking idiot with a camera. I'm not supposed to understand it, I guess. I don't really know.
I would have preferred if they handed it.
I said they should just run it in here.
To Tracy, not to Dart.
Right.
Yeah. 2nd and goal. Looked like there was an early jump there by Washington. They either timed that snap perfectly or they were offside. But a loss of 2 on the handoff.
It's 4-down territory.
Yeah, for sure. And now Dart's going into the blue tent.
I just don't get it. I don't know why he went into the tent, though. I don't think it's because of his head. It looked like he grabbed at his leg.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a wildcat. Wandale's in the backfield.
In the backfield, they motioned Singletary out wide. Winston remains in the game as Dart's in the tent. Winston takes the snap, play action, throws, and I think he just got rid of that one.
Yeah, no shot.
Yeah. 4th and goal. So I agree, Baddog. It's 4-down territory. You got to go for it.
Yeah, that field goal does you no good.
Yeah, you got to go for it. Maybe if it made it an 11-point game, you could argue it because then a touchdown with a 2-point conversion or a field goal, but 12 points, no good. Like you said, you got to go for it.
You still need 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It doesn't do you any good. You need 2 touchdowns either way. I'm looking for Theo here. I mean, Theo's been your best guy today. I'm looking for him or Bellinger. I don't know if Bellinger's out there. I think he is out there, but.
And we got a timeout by Washington as they'll talk it over.
Nuggets, thank you. Giants didn't think this shit. Giants didn't think this shit could stack that high. They are a shit show of epic proportions, brother. They are really bad. Chargers are beating the Chiefs 16-13. Ravens all over the Bengals 24-0. Patriots up on the Bills 31-28. Jags up on the Jets 41-20. Texans 33-20 over the Cardinals. The Chiefs, the Eagles and Raiders are done already. Maybe the Raiders just quit and said, fuck it, let's just not even play the fourth quarter.
So Dart's coming back in here for this play.
How is that game over already? Eagles and Raiders. All these other games have like 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Probably because the Eagles just kept running the ball.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
Had to be. Or maybe they just sped up the clock because they didn't want to have to continue to watch the game.
That's just weird.
10:27 to go here in the fourth. 4th and goal. This is the game here. They need a touchdown. Theo in motion.
I'm going to Theo, Chris.
Dart out of the gun. He'll take the snap. He drops back. He goes to Wandell, rather. And it was either picked off or incomplete, but it really doesn't matter. Actually, incomplete would be better for us.
Yeah.
Because they'd have it at the 4.
There's a flag at play. Oh, they called a timeout.
Who called the timeout?
No, wait a minute. What the?
They couldn't. Well, Washington couldn't have called the timeout. It would have had to have been the Giants.
I didn't realize Jackson Dart was back in the game.
That's not an interception, but that's actually better for us that it wasn't because they'll have it at the 4.
I didn't realize Dart came back in the game.
Yeah. I said it before the play. Yeah, he came back.
I was like, my guy Martin, thank you, brother. He says Carl Banks about to go off on this defense. He's been boiling for weeks on end. I've never seen a worse defense in all my lifetime. Man, this is bad. We got to get Carl Banks on Giants Collective. I would love to just get his take on the defense overall this year and how he if there's any way to fix it. You know,
coaching. I think that's what he's going to tell you. But yes, I'd like to get him on.
I'm serious. How the hell is that Eagles game over? Did the Raiders quit?
If I had to guess, based off how early it ended, I'm going to say the Eagles probably had at least.
They must have just ran the ball the whole. And the Raiders must have done the same thing.
Let's see.
Raiders must have done the same thing.
It was 31-0. Yeah, the Raiders run the ball. The Raiders only run the ball 13 times. The Raiders only had 28 offensive plays.
Jesus.
They had 25 passing attempts and 13 carries. So the Eagles had, the Eagles ran the ball 47 times.
Travion Henderson has a touchdown on 52 yards and 65 yards. Jesus.
And Eagles possessed the ball 40 minutes to 20. But there's your answer. They run the ball 47 times.
All right. I'm going potty again. I'll be right back.
There you go. I think Baddog just hit the over.
This is 4.
There you go. Who is worse, Giants or the Raiders? I don't know. That's good. It's tough. That's tough. I want to say the Raiders, but the Giants just find ways to lose no matter who they play. Let's see. Pickett kept throwing interceptions. Yeah, I didn't look at that. I saw he was 15 to 25. I didn't look at the let me see what his interceptions were. He only had 1 interception, but he only threw the ball 20. He had 64 yards. Kenny Pickett had 64 yards. That's going to be incomplete. I don't know if there's a penalty here because there was a flag thrown, but that hit the ground.
I would say the Raiders are worse. Their offense is worse than ours.
I would like to think they're worse than us. And Washington's going to have the ball. So, yeah, the whatever that flag thing was, there was no flag. Here's Mariota. Play action. Giants bring pressure, but nobody gets there. And incomplete, but it's going to be a pass interference.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
So that'll be a spot foul up to about the 20 or 25.
Well, Travis Etienne's having a big game for me. It's not that it matters, but guy has 3 touches. He has 3 receiving touchdowns today.
Wow.
So I said, man, our team is like solid. Like it's not like we never have these really big games, but both of our tight ends are good. We have Kelsey and Goddard. I mean, it sucks that we lost Daniel Jones, but we had 3 solid quarterbacks. We have really good wide receivers. I mean, the running backs aren't the worst, but Derrick Henry never gets any play. It's the problem.
Yeah, he's had a down year, right?
They never bring him in for touchdowns, which I don't understand.
There's a pitch off the left side as Washington gets 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 as we approach the 10-minute mark.
Is 100 yards on the ground today, but no touchdowns. Like we need Derrick. Not that it matters today, but
this game's had 2 missed field goals, a punt for a touchdown.
Yep. Matt, thank you, buddy. He says, hey, guys, haven't been here much this season. Don't blame you. The Giants may be completely numb to the game. I totally forgot they were playing today. I'd rather watch you two. We appreciate that, Matt. And we don't blame you for not watching it much.
I'm tuned out emotionally myself.
Yeah.
And there's Mariota on the handoff on the draw play, and Washington will get 8 there, first down.
I just enjoy doing the games with Chris because we laugh at this shit. The funny thing is, when we started doing this 8 years ago, we were all like, they're going to be good. And they got this and this and this. And we were, then now after 8 years, it's like, yeah, we suck.
Yeah, we're just like beaten down at this point.
Every time.
I'm at the point now where I will not have any hope until this team starts.
They prove otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not going in optimistic anymore. John, thank you, buddy. Slayton is trash. My whole team is trash. You aren't lying.
Mariota throws a quick pass out in the flat. That's Debo as he splits the defenders. Debo will get 11 and a first down up to the
exactly what was Drew Phillips. What the hell was not Drew Phillips? What the fuck was a Debo doing there? Look at that. Watch this. Watch 21, Chris. What is he doing? He goes the other way. Like what are you doing? He went towards the sideline.
This team is so bad.
What the fuck? Why?
This team is so bad.
Just get out of the way.
8 minutes to go as the Giants will keep their position on Tankathon.
Yeah, Griff Kingsbury might be a guy we interview.
I would guess he gets an interview. And Mariota keeps it on the RPO. He turns it off the right edge, and he'll slide down after he gets 7.
Whatever you do, Adebo, don't run up and hit the quarterback. Just stay back there and let him run into you.
29-14.
Boy, I can't wait to hear Kafka's fiery speech on Hard Knocks this week.
How many F-bombs does he drop on Hard Knocks this week?
He ought to drop himself right in that trash can that's on behind him.
Obviously, you expect cursing in the NFL from coaches. It just coming out of his mouth, it just felt so
forced.
Weird. Forced, yeah.
Joe X Squire, thank you. Guys, remember Dart was a forced pick by Dable, not a Shane pick. He can't throw deep. I think he can throw deep. I just think he's got to work on his mechanics.
Yeah, that was the big knock on him coming in, was his lower body mechanics weren't great. And there's a handoff for 4, first down.
And I don't think Dart was a forced pick. I think it's an organizational pick. They weren't taking him 3rd overall. I think that I don't know where they get all this shit that Joe Shane liked Shedeur Sanders. I've never heard that he preferred Shedeur Sanders. I don't know where that came from. They spent a lot of times in Colorado.
I think it's just a narrative because the Giants went to Colorado a lot, but that just because they went to Colorado a lot doesn't mean that they wanted Shedeur. It means that they were looking to see if they did want Shedeur.
And Travis Hunter was also there.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I'm sure they were interested. A lot of teams were. And one, you can say it was a Dable thing, and I'm sure Dable had a lot to do with it. I'm not going to deny that. But Joe Shane also had to trade up and make the pick and do a good job in doing it, and he did. He's the one that was able to get back him in the first round and only give up a third-round pick to get that pick. So,
and Dart, and Dart's in the second half has played well too. I mean, let's not rag on Dart. He made a really nice touchdown throw. He's played much better in the second half.
Yep.
And the play clock is Washington has to use a timeout, but that doesn't matter to them. 2nd and 12.
Where are we? Christopher, thank you. Garrett only needs one more sack to break Strahan's record. Oh, he's going to get that. He might have like 6 or 27 sacks this year.
So he had I think he had 17 coming in, or 18 maybe coming. So he's got at least 2 or 3 sacks today.
I thought he had more than I thought he had 19.
Oh, you might be right. That's right, because he needed 4 to break it, because Strahan had 22 and a half.
Short, by the way, all the talk about Shedeur Sanders and everybody talking about blah, blah, blah. Shedeur Sanders today, 10 for 25, 131 yards, 3 interceptions.
Holy shit.
Like I said, let's reserve judgment until he plays the Bears.
Oh, who'd they play today?
The Bears.
Bears. Oh, there you go.
All the media hype fucking talking shit about Shedeur Sanders. Like, that's why people don't like Shedeur.
And incomplete. 3rd and 12. And Sports Critic says, yeah, but the Browns suck, but the Giants don't suck.
Right.
It's like Dart, Dart hasn't played that poorly in a game. The Giants are just as probably have worse weapons right now than the Browns do, with all the injuries that we have. And 3rd and 12 for Mariota out of the gun. Takes the snap. Giants bring a blitz. Mariota spins out of a tackle, and he's going to go down. Dane Belton sacked him. They're going to rule this a fumble for now, and Burns picks it up and brings it all the way back to the 21.
Wow, that's something the Commanders could not afford to do.
We'll see it. We'll see if it was actually a fumble. The way that Mariota's reacting, I think it is, because normally you'd be like,
right. You pointing that you were down.
Yeah.
Carter got in there again. Yeah, he lost it. Carter got in there again.
We recovered our 3rd fumble, so we didn't tie that record.
That's right. Well, they forced 3 fumbles today. It's about time they recovered them. I guess the law of averages.
So Giants now have a chance. I mean, they have it at the 20. It's a 15-point game, 5:39 to go. They have 2 timeouts.
That's what I'm saying. The one thing the Commanders couldn't do was turn it over. Doe Stacks, thank you, buddy. 58 is ass. I watch him. He's not it. He's a big reason. The defense is a joke. They're going to get rid of him, man. They're going to save $9 million. He will not be back.
Since his first year has been bad for the Giants.
Yep, going down every year, man. Agreed. He won't be back next year.
Dart takes the snap out of the gun, throws. That was a tight throw there to Hodgins. Got about 3, maybe 4.
That was a one thing the Commanders cannot do.
Yeah.
DET, thank you for becoming a member, brother. Appreciate you. Where are my dog pen members at? And there's a lot of them. Make sure you welcome our guy, DET6921, into the chat. I hate that YouTube has it now where it's all these things and not their screen names. I can't stand that they do that. YouTube changed that. Nothing we did.
Giants taking too much time here. They took 25 seconds off the clock in between plays. And Dart fumbles the ball, but the Giants fall on top.
I think he was down anyway, but you still running Jackson Dart between the tackles. You just don't learn your fucking lesson. The guy just went into blue 10 again. Can we stop doing these designed in between the 10? That was a fumble.
He wasn't down. But the Giants, there's no urgency here. You're down by 2 touchdowns. Like
I don't mind Jackson Dart running when he has to run, but why are we doing that shit?
They just wasted a minute.
I just heard Jonathan Vilma. I think it's Jonathan Vilma say, I keep scratching my head every time that they run Dart, and I agree. What the fuck are they doing?
They started this drive with like what? Almost 6 minutes? They've wasted 2 minutes of game time.
Well, they've run the ball every time.
There's no urgency.
No.
They're acting like they're down 1 score.
Theo missed a block there. Theo is not known for blocking.
So now the Giants have it 4th and 5 as we're under 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're running the play clock all the way down.
It's ridiculous.
We talked about it, man. This team's got no idea the feel for a game.
Washington comes with a blitz start, throws. He's got him. Wandell caught in the end zone.
What a grab by Wandell!
Stand up, New York Giant fans. Dart, great job just getting rid of that ball as they came with an all-out blitz, gave Wandell an opportunity to catch it, and Wandell comes down with it.
God almighty, man. Our fantasy team is going off today. We're not playing anybody, but they didn't even count that. There it is.
What a cat. Yeah, that's a catch. What a catch by Wandell.
Dude, and a good job by Jackson Dart to get rid of that ball because he was under heavy duress.
That was a great play by Dart.
Dude, we might have to keep one.
Snap, hold, kick. Who made a kick? 29.
Oh, he's good on the extra points. Michael Bradley says Sanders is 10 for 25, 3 interceptions, but we're the racist one. I'm not going to get into the whole race thing. That's for other people to decide. Listen, I like Shedeur Sanders. I have no problem with Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders takes a lot of unnecessary hate, but it's because of the fucking media. The media does that shit to him. He has a great game against Tennessee. Tennessee's the worst fucking team. Well, one of the worst teams. We're right there with them and the Raiders. They have a terrible defense. And he had a great game. And they lost. And I said, can we let him see? Let's see what he does against the Bears. Because the Bears have a good defense.
Jackson Dart, Baddog, has made some really nice plays in the second.
Yes.
That was
so let's not kill Shedeur Sanders and say he sucks and he's not going to be any good because he had a bad game against the Bears. No, let's not give him a gold jacket because he had a good game. Can we just let Shedeur play a full season before we have an opinion on him? It's just crazy how polarizing he is.
Yeah.
And yes, Jackson Dart has made some incredible throws in the second half.
Yeah, he's played a really good second half.
Yeah. And imagine if Slayton could catch. Imagine if Slayton could catch the ball.
We'd be tied.
Shane gave Slayton Wandale's money. He did. It's up to Shane Wandale will be back. I tell you that much.
And the kick's away.
And he's got to feel that, doesn't he?
Yep. And that was a bad decision by Washington because now they're going to have it at their own 14.
Well, he had to field it. He had to catch that.
Yeah, because it bounced at the 3.
Yep.
Now, analytics, and I saw you have this discussion on Twitter, Baddog. Analytics says to go for the 2 there on that first touchdown to make it a 7, knowing that you're going to have to go for it on the next this late in the game. But you seem to agree with the philosophy to extend the game to give yourself, because now you put more pressure on, because if you don't get it, the game's over.
Correct.
Now you put more pressure on them to have to pick up the first down.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't make any sense. You only go for the 2 when you absolutely need it.
Yeah.
When you're down by 15. That's the way I look at it.
And I think it puts a lot more pressure on Washington if you.
Yeah, it's a 1-possession game now.
Yeah. There's a handoff. Oh my God, this run defense.
I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a tackle by the 22-yard line or across from there. It's still going. The 22
You know they're gonna run, and you still can't stop it.
Dude, if he doesn't trip, he might still be running.
3:33 to go as the Giants use their second timeout.
Can we get 7 more likes to get 500 likes? That'd be awesome if we could do that. This team is caca. It's bad. Make sure you guys tune in. Go make sure you subscribe to this channel, though. Well, nope, I can't do that. That's right, because I just copied and pasted something on Twitter. Make sure you guys come by at 6 o'clock today. And like I said, make sure you guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. Because we do this twice a week on this channel. We talk about the Giants, me, Anthony, Audron, and of course, Entertainer.
There's a handoff off the right side, and this time the Giants do a good job as the Giants will not use their last timeout yet. They'll save it.
There you go. Subscribe to that channel. Check it out. I think you guys will like the show. It's growing very fast, especially considering the fact that the Giants are ass. Konsky says 22-yard line defensive player of the year for the Giants. It wasn't that play, brother.
That was the best tackle we've made all year.
That was a hell of a tackle.
So now we're under 3 minutes. So a first down. Well, I shouldn't say that. If they get a first down on this play, it won't be the end of close to be the end of the game if they get a first down. Mariota takes the snap, play action, drops back, throws. He's got him wide open. All the way up to the 39-yard line is the.
That's not. Who was that made that guy?
Oh, I thought it was Ertz. It wasn't. I'm sorry.
Ertz is done. His career's over.
Oh, that's
he
right.
took that bad hit in the knee last week.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Where the knee, went in a different direction. But a huge gain there, all the way up to the Giants 39, and that basically does it.
Chris says 3 types of people: those who can count and those who can't. I see what you did there. The tank is on. We keep our spot in the draft for another week.
Yeah, so if you're Washington here, you run it 3 times at a bare. If they stop you're probably at like 20 seconds by the time you punt it.
The Giants are going to give up a first round pick. The Giants are going to give up a first down anyway.
Yeah, but if you didn't, it's still you don't even take any chances here if you're Washington. You just run it 3 times. And I wouldn't even attempt a long field goal. I would punt it if they're short because they're not going the length of the field in 20 seconds with no timeouts.
Correct.
And Mariota will take the snap. They'll run there. I don't care if you lose 5 yards. You're still. Did they fumble again? No, they ruled them down. But you play it out here. No, for now they're calling this a fumble again.
Carter flipped it back.
Whoa, they're still pitching. Why do they keep pitching it? They're acting like this is the end of the game.
I don't know.
But all the way up to the 29-yard line, was that a fumble? I thought he was down, bad dog.
This is crazy. Let's see what they say.
He looks down there, if I'm being honest. But I got to see another angle. But Abdul Carter, if that play stands, is that an incredible game. The pitching is a little crazy to me. It worked out, but
it was
a little crazy to me, bad dog. It's not like there's no time left in the game. You got 2 minutes.
I couldn't tell. Can we look at it different? We don't need to see that.
This is the angle. This is a good angle. He's out. The ball's out.
The ball's out.
Abdul Carter with another play. He's been incredible today, bad dog.
Oh, man. I got to take that off of there. Not yet. Not yet.
They're just handing nobody wants to win this game.
Nobody wants to win.
Abdul Carter, man, what a monster today.
Yeah, he's been great. That's a fumble.
And he recovered it.
Yep.
And then he got an extra 30 yards by pitching it back.
Wow. Crazy. Carter's been a freaking beast. Confirm. Oh, they're saying Carter was down by contact.
Really?
Yep.
But okay, we got the fumble, but Carter was down by contact.
Yep. I want to see where he's touched, though, because it didn't look like he was.
Let's see if he's touched. He'd have to be touched here. He's off
right there.
Oh, yeah,
right there. Yep.
Yeah, good call. But either way, Carter, man, Giants have plenty of time. 2:38. They don't need timeouts with that amount of time. They have it right around midfield.
The only way we're getting back into this game is by fumbles, and the Commanders fumbled twice.
We did this. Remember? Well, I forgot who it was against. We fumbled it late in the game when it was the only way that we could lose the game too. I forgot who it was against.
Dallas years ago.
No, this year we did it.
Oh,
I forgot who it was.
I know we threw the interception against Denver. That was the only way they were going to win.
Dart's going to hand off to Tracy off the left side. He nearly fumbled that. He was able to bring it back in. He got 2.
Oh, the Giants run a play here.
Oh,
You should run a play.
Right, it was the interception, I guess, against Denver. Okay.
Giants are going to run one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Well, 2 if it's incomplete, I guess.
I can't believe we're in this game now.
I can't either.
Dart takes the snap, double pumps. He's going to try and run with it. Dart's going to pick up the first down up to the 40. Unbelievable.
It's hilarious. It is hilarious, man. The Giants are just they're hilarious.
Well, this is just an example of two teams that are awful, that don't know how to win.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, man.
Abdul Carter is single-handedly
he has been awesome today.
kept us in this game if we end up winning the game, or
Jacksonville is up 48-20. Which is that's hilarious too. That is hilarious. Man alive. Buffalo beat New England 35-31.
Wow, what a comeback.
Yep.
That's a big win for Buffalo.
Trevor Lawrence had 56 freaking fantasy points. Well, most of that was a Travis Etienne. He threw for 5 touchdowns and had a rushing touchdown against the Jets.
So now Buffalo's a game out. They split in the season series. I don't know what the divisional record is.
Yeah, I don't know. But they still have the Buffalo is what? Buffalo is 10-4.
Yeah, they're a game back now.
Yeah.
Of New England. New England beat them the first time. Bills beat them the second time. So obviously that's they're not going to determine the tiebreaker that way. The next tiebreaker is divisional record. So I don't know what their records are, but
the Chiefs have the ball. The Charger 46 2 minutes ago, down 16-13.
Divisional record
today. The Vegas got shut out. The Bengals got shut. Did Burrow not play today? Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Chris.
Oh no, I was going to say I think Burrow did play today. But did you? But you brought up Burrow. Did you see the press conference that Burrow had a couple of days ago?
No.
He was acting like he wants to retire from the NFL. The way that he was speaking, not saying he's going to, but he was giving off like Andrew Luck, like. He was saying he doesn't have basically implying that he doesn't have fun anymore because the team is so bad. He was giving off like Andrew Luck. I want to retire.
Barry Sanders was too. Sanders, like, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
LT talk with Carter seems to have worked. Burrow just has to go to a different team and not the Jets. Bruce, sup, boys? Biggest draft need for the Giants? A lot of them. Linebacker, probably the biggest one.
And here's Dart out of the gun, empty backfield. He heaves it deep. There's contact. No flag, though. He was looking for
that. That wasn't, but that wasn't close.
It wasn't catchable, yeah.
No, that one wasn't. That's where Dart really struggles. He's got to get better at that. I mean, maybe there was a miscommunication. Because it looked like Wandale started to break to his left, and Dart kind of threw it down the center of the field.
2nd and 10. Minute 54 to go. Got to try to pick up at least 5 here to make it manageable.
Yes. There's Theo.
Johnson in motion. Dart will take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He throws out in the flat. That's Tracy. Tracy pushed out of bounds. He maybe got 3. It's going to be – no, got 2. 3rd and 8.
You got it out of bounds, so it stops the clock. Boy, Carter's been great today, man.
Washington is just better off just kneeling it 3 times, being honest. Like,
yeah, for real.
Kneel 3 times and punt it, they have 20 seconds to go to the field and get a 2-point conversion.
Yep. God, it's what a performance.
Here's Dart from the 38. Man in motion, Wandale. Dart will take the snap, drops back. Off his back foot. Oh, nearly picked off.
Yeah, that wasn't a good throw because that one hung up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't intercepted. But I'll tell you another thing, man. Again, I got to look at this, but shouldn't Slayton come back to this football?
Yeah, he never does.
You know what I mean? What is he doing? I'm not saying, listen, I'm not absolving Dart of blame, but come back to the ball.
Yeah. He never does that.
Come back to the fucking ball.
4th and 8. Minute.
I just heard Vilma say the same thing. He's sitting on the ball. Come back to the football. He's not good, man. He's been a big disappointment. This is the game.
Snap, drops back, has time, heaves it. Oh my God, not even close. And that'll do it.
Yep, that'll do it.
Oh, some of those throws. I mean, not a good drive there.
No.
But Washington will kneel it if they don't fumble the snap. And
correct.
The Giants will lose.
B-Rog says Carter must have been wait. Well, Carter, like I said, we talked about it on Collective that Abdul Carter was early in the meetings. Lawrence Taylor said you got to really get your head out of your ass and play better. He did. I mean, Abdul Carter was fantastic today. Fantastic. The rest of the defense was total shit. But he was really good.
Carter had by far his best game as a pro.
Carter had two sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Right?
Was that a sack that last play?
Recovery.
No, that wasn't. I think he only had 1 sack, but he had 3 or 4 tackle for losses, 2 fumble recovery. The sack that he did have was a monster play because it knocked him out of field goal range.
I thought he had 2. Maybe he didn't. He was in on 1, I thought.
Either way, he had some huge plays in this game.
He had a bunch of tackles for loss. Okay, so yeah, he had 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. He only had 5 tackles. See, that must be solo tackles.
He had at least 3 tackles for loss.
Yeah, he had 3 tackles for loss at the beginning of the. Oh, I don't like Yahoo for that.
And the Commanders will take another knee and 1 more, and the Giants will have the number 1 spot still.
Correct. Let's see. Carter, yep. He had 7 tackles, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. He played well.
He was the player of the game for the Giants, unfortunately, in a losing effort.
Yeah, we all.
But Washington will get the win, and
yep.
Giants retain the number 1 draft pick, which, if we're being honest,
right,
good thing.
Better for the Giants.
Yeah. So, not that I'm excited that we lost, but we have the number 1 pick now. Next week we play Minnesota.
Yeah.
We'll probably lose.
Then the Raiders. That's the big one.
Raiders is the big one.
Raiders is the big one.
That's the big one.
Yeah, MetLife Stadium.
We could beat Minnesota. Minnesota's not good.
I agree. MetLife Stadium is back to awful throws from Dart. Well, I mean, he's kind of forcing things there at the end of the thing. Before we get out of here, I want to give a big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring today's Tank Bowl. Check out Sleeper, the fastest growing app out there, everybody. Almost 11 million people use it. You can play daily fantasy contests, college football, college basketball, NBA, so much more. You can also play over under on stats and win up to 1,000 times your cash. They have 2 great promotions going. Click the link in the description. On your first deposit, enter the promo code BADDOG. They give you 100% match deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. Even better than that, if you don't have a Sleeper account, you want to try it out for free, all you got to do is click the link in the description. That's it. Click the link. Open a brand new Sleeper account. They give you $20 with no strings attached, no deposit required, no credit card, no debit card, no nothing. You get $20 just for opening a brand new Sleeper account as long as you use that link in the description. And if you like it, there you go. If you like it and you want to, there you go. And you want to make a deposit, you're still eligible for the 100% match deposit bonus on Sleeper. Terms and conditions apply. Have some fun, win some cash, and test your sports knowledge at Sleeper. Great game, Chris. As usual, we lose. Fantastic. We maintain the first pick in the draft, which is what a lot of Giants fans wanted. Dart, not great, not terrible, kind of in the middle. Good things, bad things. Abdul Carter, fantastic. Defense overall, total shit. Special teams, shit. And we'll talk more about it on Giants Collective. Again, if you guys haven't subscribed to us on Giants Collective, make sure you do. We'll be live at 6 o'clock over there. Me, Chris, and Adriana. Anthony was at the game today, freezing his ass off and watching some shitty football. But Chris will let you get out of here. I'm going to do my post-game video, and then I'm going to eat some dinner, and then I'll be ready for collective in about
I'll see you
2
in
hours.
an hour and 45 minutes. I got to clean
Sounds
some
good,
stuff.
brother. All right, be good. Chat, thank you guys and girls so much for tuning in as always and dealing with the sadomasochism that is being a New York Giants fan. We do appreciate it. And hey, man, if you wanted us to lose, want us to keep draft position, that's exactly what we did today. So I'm not going to be upset about it, but God, our team is fucking terrible. So we'll see you in a little bit on Giants Collective, hopefully. And I'll be live for the Lakers at 7:30. I got a very freaking busy day here today. On Sunday, we'll see you then. Bad Thing and Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.